Guys, welcome to Racing Dudes Live. Listen, I'm going to get right to it, Tomich. Everybody knows who we are, so let's get this Del Mar Pick 4. We've got 4 minutes where we're almost going to miss it. But we're doing a live draft, Del Mar Pick 4 to kick off the show, and then we'll exchange words afterwards. So let's start. Race 2, Del Mar late Pick 4. Who are we playing in Race 2? Who's your top pick?
All right, here's how we're doing this. I'm going to get 2 picks in race 2 and 4. Aaron's going to get 2 and 5 and 3 and 5, and then we're each going to get 1 in the others. So it'll be a 3 by 3 by 3 by 3 ticket. Costs you $40.50. I'm going to kick it off with a 3. Luck of the draw at 9-2 in the second race at Del Mar.
Okay, I will take the 4.
All right, I'm going to take the 7. Storm the Bastille.
Okay, the first leg 2, 3, 4, 7 in the Pick 4 at Del Mar.
Just 3, 4, 7, Aaron. We only got 3 horses.
3, 4, 7 in the first race 2. 3, 4, 7 is the first one. Okay. Am I going first this time?
Yep.
Okay. Race 3. I want the 6.
Oh, okay. I'll take the 7.
Okay. I'll spice this up. I'll take the 2.
Yes, that was the other one I was debating between. Good choice.
You wanted that one? All right. All right. So
good pick.
3, 4, 7 with 2, 6, 7. Let's go on to race number 4. You're first.
2, Quiet Secretary.
2. Okay. I'm going to take the 1. She's so special.
Good man. Good pick. I'm going to take the 4. She's our charm.
Feels like we're winning this thing. 1, 2, 4 in the third leg. All right. Do I go first in the last one? Yeah. I'm going to take the 6 in the fourth leg.
All right. I'm going to go for Spice. I'm going to take the higher priced entry from this trainer. I'm going to go with a 2, Weatherly.
Okay. So 2, 6. I've got the last one. Ooh. Who do you like better, the 9 or the 10? I'm between those two.
I would take the 10 is by the same trainer, right?
Yeah.
But he sucks at first time out. Burton's terrible first out. Go with the 9.
Yeah, I'm going with the 9. All right. So let me save that. There it is. That's how you do it, folks, right there. So here we go. Del Mar, late Pick 4, 3, 4, 7 with 2, 6, 7 with 1, 2, 4 with 2, 6, 9. Is that correct? Did I do that right?
2, 6. Looks right to me.
All right. There you go.
All right. I got it in. Locked and loaded.
Okay. All right.
We got
we're
one.
ready to go. Let's see. We still have 1 minute to spare, so we're good. Yep, they're loading into the gate. So 3, 4, 7 with 2, 6, 7 with 1, 2, 4 with 2, 6, 9. That's Del Mar for you. Yeah, load into the gate. I made a decision today. Nobody's calling the race.
Yeah.
I think it would be better if we all have commentary during the race, so you can kind of get our thoughts.
I can get behind that. I'm definitely down. Oh, I'm going to mute the Saratoga feed so no one can hear that. Sorry if you heard that. I literally have 3 racetracks going here. I got Arlington over here. We got Saratoga on the big screen. We got Del Mar down here. It's going to be a fun 2 hours that we got here. We're going to do the cross country Pick 5 next, which is 2 at Saratoga and 3 over at Arlington. So Magic, I hope you're ready for the cross country Pick 5 too. Hopefully we can hit both of these, man. It's going to be a fun day of racing. We're at action all over the country, and we got a huge tournament going on too, which is I'm enjoying.
I think we're Tiger Woods in it too. We're all got red, so it's not Sunday, but we all got the red on. So, all right, they are off. Let's see.
Good thing you guys didn't pick the 1 horse. Blew the start.
See now,
that's good. We didn't have the 1. So
let me see if I can find where your feed is, so that I'm not behind you guys.
They're going into the first turn at Del Mar on my feed.
Yeah, just hit the 7/8 pole for me.
Okay.
All right, I'm in there now. I'm surprised. The 6 horse was the other interesting one. It's 15-1. The Black Album. How many times have we talked about or played that horse?
Damn horse.
A lot.
A lot.
Yep.
The 3 is like 5-1, or was 5-1 right before they went off. Now it went off at 3-1. Not shocked by that. But the horse got a terrible trip last time, so hopefully we get a little bit better at trip. It's the horse I ended up using in the tournaments too.
So Peter Miller's horse is under a stranglehold, the 4 horse. Like, I don't know what they're trying to do with him here. 7's in a good spot, and 3 saving ground on the rail.
He's under a tug hold, and they're going 24, 75, 51. They're not flying, and he's trying to slow down. He's trying to slow from a turtle to a snail.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. The 1's made a little bit of a move after breaking last. He's going to maybe take the lead top of the stretch here. We're going to need some runners. The 3-4 look like they're loaded, but here comes the 4 finally.
I think the 4 just never got any room there. I think he was going to run up onto heels.
Oh,
let's get a theme on this 3.
The 4's open. The 4's got some room. Finally, he's trying, but this 1 looks like might be hard to catch.
Joe Bravo has been riding so well on the Del Mar turf since he came out here.
Can we get a little
more? Come on, 4. Not going to get there.
Well, there you go.
Well, that's lame.
4-2.
God, I have a 1 at all.
I had the 1 in 4th.
I didn't like the 1 much there.
Yeah. Well, listen. Maybe we'll just pretend like that never happened. See,
I like that idea.
Just like that. And
9-2 is not a bad price on that horse either.
So we're not looking at Del Mar again today. So
that was fun. Glad I was here, guys. I'll see you next time.
Get it out of here.
I'm just here for the Del Mar talk.
All right, we're going to go to the cross country pick 5. Why we decided to do this one is because we're going to talk about these huge 5 races. Cross country pick 5 is the Saratoga Special, and then I believe the Beverly D will be the next one, and then the 4-star Dave, and then the Bruce D, and then the Mr. D. Did I get that correct? I'm 99% sure that's correct.
That is correct.
Okay, so those are the 5 races. We got, let's see, we got 5 minutes to post until the first leg goes off in this, which is going to be the Saratoga Special. We've got 3 people now, so I guess we all get a horse. Magic, I think you ruined the Del Mar pick 4 for us.
By not picking is how I ruined it for you.
Exactly. So we're going to let you go first in the Saratoga Special. Give us your horse in the special.
Oh, man. Thunder, double thunder. 7
All right, we're going to go. Let's go 6 deep in this race.
Okay.
Because we're going to go shallow. Well, we're going to go shallow in the Mean Mary.
Samich hates my pick. That's what that means. Samich hates the 7.
Well, I mean, it is a terrible pick, but we'll get to that later. And we're going to go shallow in the domestic spending and what's his face Armory race. So we got 2 shallow races. So let's spread a little more here.
Okay. So
right.
Magic's first pick's a 7. So you go ahead, Samich.
I'll take the 1 Nakatomi.
That's who I was wanting to take. I will take the 2 Goodnight. Magic.
Magic?
The 6 Stolen Base from Mike Maker.
Okay.
I'll take the 9 Dance Code.
9.
Yeah, you like that
Dance
horse.
Code. Honestly, I wouldn't pick this horse if it wasn't the 6th pick, but I will put the 8 Dr. Jeff on. I really don't like the horse. But
just to save us.
All right, let's just leave it off. Let's leave it off. Let's not.
No. No, I want it on there.
All right. Okay. Then Mean Mary Santa Monica or Santa Barbara.
Okay.
All right.
You go first, Samich.
Oh, Casa Creed.
Casa Creed. What are you talking about? We're in the Beverly
Mean
D now.
Yeah, Mean Mary.
Okay.
Oh, I thought we were just taking those 2 horses and moving on.
Oh, is that what you guys want to do?
Unless we want to put Lemonista in there, but I don't really.
Let's go 2, 4, 6 for now and put Lemonista in there.
Yeah.
We could always come back to it.
If Pratt knocks us out, nobody's going to be happy.
Right. Now go to your 4-star Dave. You want Casa Creed.
Casa Creed.
Okay.
Magic.
Raging Bull, number 1.
Okay. I'm going to do Set Piece. So we got 1, 4, 5. How deep are we going here?
I'd say we don't. I wouldn't say we go any deeper than there unless we're getting crazy.
I'm comfortable with that. If Got Stormy knocks us out of this one, I think we'll all be surprised.
It's whispered.
Well, you two will be surprised.
Out, but that's beside the point.
Okay. I'm with you. I think that's all we need to do there. All right. Next race at Arlington Park. This will be, I scroll up to it. There it is. It'll be the 8th race, the Bruce D. You want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first.
I'll do the 2.
Tango, tango, tango.
Yep.
I will take the 9 like a salt shaker.
Okay.
Oh God, this is that race you and Jared were hating on. Because he screwed me badly the first time. No, I can't use the 8. I can't do that, right? There's no way. Let's go with the 1. The 1 looks like a really fast horse, so maybe we take a gate to wire with Jimmy Graham.
Yeah, is that let's see, is that the ride of the lifetime?
Yes, it is the ride of a lifetime.
The horse making the dirt debut today.
The turf debut, yeah.
I'm sorry, turf debut. And then last leg. Okay, so that's the Armory domestic spending.
Yep.
So you want to play both?
We could single domestic spending. It costs $81.
Okay.
Or we could cut Lemonista and use both, and it costs us $108.
I say we go domestic spending.
Just single it?
Single him.
All right.
I mean, how strongly have we been like trumpeting this horse for months now, right? Like let's put our money where our mouth is on this spot.
Okay. Here, so $81 for that ticket.
Sorry, Samich's money where it's at.
We're already down $40. Okay, there we go.
Yeah. Thanks. All right. So should we talk about the Saratoga Special first then, since that's the first race up here?
Let's kick it off. We're 1 minute to post. Right now, let's see. The favorite is still Dr. Jeff. I know both you guys are against, but go ahead, Samich. Kind of tell us why you're against him.
Yeah, I mean, to me, like the thing with Dr. Jeff is, and Magic brought this up on the show as well, the horse was able to win impressively and did win impressively, but it was a 5-horse field at Belmont on a race that was taken off the turf. So you're running against essentially 4 turf horses, and this horse was the only MTO that was entered that day. So to me, there's a ton of reasons to not love that first performance as much as people do. On paper, it's the highest buyer, but like one of the things we learn with 2-year-olds is that you can see massive steps forward here, first to second race, or even like third to fourth race, or second to third race. So it's not like I'd be that shocked if someone just jumped up and ran a massive race. This second time out, you have Joel El Rosario, where like, what ride are you going to get here? Not positive. And I'm really interested in the 1 horse on the rail. Like I realize that Ward doesn't love the rail, but I think Irad's going to rush this horse out. Speed's been playing well. And when Wesley sends his horses over to Ascot, those are generally his best horses. This horse was able to break its mate on the dirt and then go to Ascot. We're back on the dirt. I don't think it's going to be a problem for the 1.
Yeah, they're getting ready to go in the gate. So that was really good timing for you to kind of cut it off there. Magic, I was going to ask you, but you know what? We don't really care. You showed up late, and that's your punishment. So
Fair enough.
Samich and I, Heather just said, that's mean. He knows I'm kidding. I was on the 5, but with the scratch, Samich and I ended up on the 1. Magic, you liked the 7 on top, correct?
Yeah, I did. That Monmouth win, he parlayed into a nice win in the Bashford Manor, where he broke poorly. So
yeah,
it was a good effort from him. It was Samich's top pick that day, and then he backed completely off him here. So we'll see. We'll see if he was right to do so. Samich is right more often than I am. So
you got to bob and weave.
Bob and weave. Here we go.
Our horse did not break well, Samich.
Oh, see now this is the God.
Did you hear why is Javier off his mounts? Why did Irad take this?
That's a good question. Now, I will say this. The 1 is in a pretty good spot in about 4th or 5th. He's just kind of, watching it unfold in front of him here. It's the Asmussen horse, Goodnight, and the 8, Dr. Jeff, who's kind of going out there. Goodnight actually ahead at the moment. Dr. Jeff's just stalking in second. Let's see here. The 1 is kind of caught up on the inside. The 11, High Oak, for Bill Mott is kind of ranging up a little bit here.
The Bonds have the 11 and the 9.
The 11 looks good. The 1's still in it. As, obviously from the rail to save ground. Probably not the position we wanted him to get, but he's at least there. Turning for home.
44-3.
Turning for home. This
Boy, 2's going to leave him right here. Come on, 2.
Find a seam, 1.
The 1's trying to get through. I think the 11 is going to win this thing at 40-1.
10-1.
10-1, Aaron.
Excuse me, 10-1.
Well,
the 12 was 40-1. 11, 2, and 1 was 3rd, and then the 8 was 4th. 10-1 High Oak, Junior Alvarado, and Bill Mott.
The Samo bombs just got interesting.
So the bombs,
We had that one in the pick 5 and the pick 4.
So the Bombs have done extremely, extremely well today at Saratoga. One race away from sweeping, but they do have a pick 5 already under the belt. With 2 races left, you got shots at pick 4s and pick 5s. So here's the question: why did you not put the 11 on?
It was my 5th pick. I went 5 in the race, and it was my 5th horse.
Same. He was my 5th horse. He was on my Magic Mike Show ticket.
I should have flipped the 11 and the 9. The 9 was 34-1. 9 ran well for considering 34-1, but man, that's going to shake things up across the board. I didn't use the damn horse in the tournament either. That's frustrating.
So both Magic Mike tickets are alive. You said you had it too, Magic?
Yeah, I had him on there.
Yeah, so Magic going for back-to-back here. You listen, here's the deal. Here's why I feel really dumb. I did not have this horse, by the way.
Because right before the race, you said you love Bill Mott?
Yeah, that's true. I had Speaker's Corner, thankfully, on top, so that was happy. Yeah. But we were saying off air, it's like, I love Bill Mott. He's so good. Here's the deal. Bill Mott second out in maidens. That's usually a really strong angle. Well, this horse won, had the progression, won on debut, I'm saying, then had that progression in the stakes race here. So had to have gotten a much better speed figure than what he earned for that maiden win last time out at Belmont Park. Not only does High Oak win this race, he does it
easy.
I mean, in a fashion you go, that's probably a pretty good horse moving forward. That was impressive, guys.
Yeah, that was awesome. And this is one of those things where a lot of times understanding trainer and kind of their mentality, what they usually do with horses is a good way to try to get to this horse. Look, on paper, this horse looked like crap, right? I mean, barely got up in a maiden special weight that wasn't that impressive, ran a 57 buyer. Bill Mott is one of the least aggressive trainers when you look at their placement. And so if Bill Mott takes a horse who had that poor of a first time out and then aggressively places it into a graded stakes race, especially one for 2-year-olds, where you're really kind of taking your time to progress, it tells you what Bill Mott thinks of the horse, right? And that's why I included here. I didn't love the horse for any reason except this is a really odd move by Bill Mott. And when he makes these type of moves, you kind of have to pay attention to it. Yeah,
this was just a really, really strong performance. I mean, Junior Alvarado was waving at the camera with like
the 16th pole. Yeah.
Kind of that really boosts Junior Alvarado's meet that has not been good so far. That was very good. Very impressive win. Okay, here's a question before we go on to Arlington, because that'll be the next big race we're going to talk about, the Beverly D. Before we go on, we saw Witt, okay? He won the Sanford. We've seen this horse now, High Oak, win the Saratoga Special. Mike, I'll go to you first. Who do you like better, High Oak or Witt?
Probably Witt still. But there is a concern with Witt, right? Like, he's never made the break. So at some point, that horse has to break if he wants to compete with the other kind of elite level 2-year-olds. But they went really fast here. They went 44 and change, basically 45 flat for an opening half mile. And the 11 just put these horses away. I think the 2 is a quality horse. I think the 1 is a quality horse. They ran second and third in this spot. This was pretty dominant, and it was against a good field. We're not really sure what came out of that Witt field yet. So I'm gonna say that it's Witt, but Witt needs to break if he wants to be able to beat High Oak.
How about you, Magic? What do you think?
I'm trying. God, when I think. Hearing Witt's name, I just think, wow. And so for me, like the fact that he has that impression how many days, weeks after that last race, I still want to take him, but that was a great effort. I just want to touch on one thing. This is why, it's something you taught me, Aaron. This is why betting buyers, especially at 2-year-olds, is really stupid. Where is Dr. Jeff? That horse was the 3-2 favorite in this field. First of all, terrible favorite. We all called it. Horse faded badly. He had that best buyer, but this is why you don't bet buyers on 2-year-olds with 1 or 2 or 3 starts. This horse had a 57. Mike's talked about on Magic Mike Show multiple times. When previewing 2-year-old races, watch the replays. If you watch, I said on the Magic Mike Show, I wanted this horse on my ticket because he was the best horse in that bunched finish. The buyer wasn't impressive, but if you watch what he did, 2-year-olds aren't used to passing horses, and the way he was able to finish and get up and get the win was enough to give me confidence to put him here. Obviously not enough to put him on our cross-country ticket, but I think that's just to go back to that point real quick, Aaron, that you've made before. Betting buyers is the most overrated thing in handicapping.
No doubt. 2-year-olds, it definitely stands out in. But overall, I would agree with that statement as well. Not that they're not important, but it's one tool. That's the thing. And that's just how it is. Yeah. So anyway, it's really nice to see Bill Mott again progress a horse along. As far as the answer, I'll still take Wit for now, but that was pretty good. I like what kind of Samich's point of he was able to sit a lot closer than Wit. He was able to sit off fast fractions, and then he was still able to close. I don't know, maybe the Champagne at Belmont, we might see those two go at each other. I don't know. We'll see. That'll be a mile, but a one-turn mile at Belmont. So that'll be interesting. All right, let's set
too fast for Hopeful? You don't think they'll meet in the Hopeful?
I don't think Mott brings that horse back in the Hopeful.
Right. That's fair.
3 weeks.
That's probably why Wit wasn't in the race, right? Anyway, Arlington Park. We gotta get her moving.
Oh yeah, Arlington Park. I tried. You interrupted me. So no. Arlington Park. I'm going to throw this up here because this is my top choice as well. The O'Brien horse to win the next, and he was referring to race 7 at Arlington Park. It's a Beverly D. Last 3 grade ones ever at Arlington Park, getting ready to happen. Historic moment in a bad way, but right now. Mean Mary 4-5, Santa Barbara 6-5. I think the only major question mark, Samich, I'll kick it to you first, is Santa Barbara, the 3-year-old facing Olders. How much did you kind of take a pause because she's 3-year-old facing Olders here? Pretty
big pause, to be honest. Then I look back at the race 2 back in the grade 1 where she faced Olders and missed by a neck to a very good horse. So that kind of gave me a little bit more confidence when looking at it. But when you kind of go through this race, and I think you need to make a decision here between whether or not you like Mean Mary, and if this is one of those where I think you single one or the other, right? If you're playing a ticket, you kind of have to. You don't want to end up having both of these horses on your ticket. You're essentially saying, well, I'm going to give away the race because the equity isn't there by having a 4-5 and a 6-5 or 2 even monies. If you want to go with the 6 horse, Lemonista in one of them, I think there's a little bit more value in that sense, but I wouldn't necessarily say it's a great idea since I do think I'm going to disagree with you guys. I think Mean Mary's going to take this race pretty handily. I do think that Santa Barbara is a very good horse. I think that this sets up really well for Mean Mary to go wire to wire. Like there is absolutely no other speed in here. She's going to be able to go as fast or as slow as she wants. And one of the things that she does well is dole out her speed. She doesn't let other horses just kind of slowly track behind her. She generally goes a little bit faster up front, and that makes it a little harder for horses like, someone like Santa Barbara to be able to stay close. So I don't think you're going to see much pressure from the 3. And even if you do, I wouldn't be shocked if Mean Mary sits right behind the 3 and is able to get a perfect trip here. So I think the 2 is going to be tough to beat because of the pace, not necessarily because she's a better horse.
Yeah, they come out on the track here. They're all going to wear pink saddle claws, so we'll all cuss that here in about 5-10 minutes when they break from the gate. All right, I got some things to say, but I'm going to let Magic go first. Magic, kind of the same question with Santa Barbara. Was it a pause because of the age? Was it a pause because of the pace? Or did you just not really like her at all here? Where'd you kind of lean in this race?
Oh, no, I love her here. And Mike makes great points. I mean, Mean Mary this sets up extremely well for her. If you look back at what Santa Barbara had done last time, catching Cone Lima after a terrible trip. In Cone Lima, we saw what happened in Saratoga Oaks, running gate to wire. That's a very dangerous filly when she's on the front end. Now, Mean Mary is a different beast when it comes to front end racing. She almost held off Rushing Fall on the front end. That is a very game horse. So it's going to be a different ball game for her here. But I really think that Santa Barbara is the best from what we've seen that's heading for the Filly Mare Turf right now. I really think that, but if you project development further, as a 3-year-old, she's going to be so tough when they get to Del Mar. The reason that I picked her on top is because she didn't go to the Saratoga Oaks. And I think you and Jared talked about on Blinkers Off really well. They very easily could have said, we're going to go target from the Belmont Oaks. The next leg of this Turf Tiara series is the Saratoga Oaks. They could be the first, trainer to sweep one of those series. Never done it before. On either side, they just said, no, we're going to go to this race, which is a grade 1 against older horses. So they basically said, we're better than all the 3-year-olds. Now let's see how she is against the Olders. I think this is a good enough spot that Mean Mary's going to give her a great acid test, and I think it could very well, do an ice cold exacta in that order there. But I love Santa Barbara here.
Hopefully, as you were talking there, Magic, people were listening to you, but watching the Arlington Park track feed because they had a maybe 20, 30 seconds of Santa Barbara. And my God, she looked like a beast out there on the track. Now, that doesn't mean she's going to run great, but she is out there absolutely strutting her stuff. That was really fun to watch. I was multitasking and listening, and I agree with all of your points. I don't know if I'm ready to take her over the two horses, the Altica and Summer Romance, just yet. The older horses over there at Saratoga and Belmont that have been so dominant. Here's the deal, Samich. I agree with the pace. I think that does pose a problem, and I think Luis Saez can definitely make things very tricky for Santa Barbara. Here's the thing. I actually like that Santa Barbara is 3-year-olds facing older for two reasons. Number one, I think that's the most overrated negative in racing when they get to this point in the season. Now, if this was March, I would be a little bit worried, but by this point, I think they've really started to mature. And maybe there's a gap, but that gap is considerably less. In this situation specifically, Santa Barbara gets a weight allowance today compared to all these runners because she's a 3-year-old. And so that was kind of I was right between those two. And I thought, you know what? Weight allowance. Cone Lima comes back to win. That's what Santa Barbara beat in the Belmont Oaks and did it with just a horrific trip and was still able to beat that horse. All those factors kind of swayed me over to Santa Barbara to win this race. Much respect to Mean Mary, but I do think Santa Barbara is going to get there. Now, let's go this way. I think all of us really like these two horses. Samich, is there anybody else out there, the other three, I guess I should say, that could spice this thing up that you're looking at?
I mean, I guess you could say Lemonista is the interesting one, right? Which you could make an argument is going to sit in between where I believe Mean Mary and Santa Barbara is going to be sitting and get first run on Mean Mary. If she can get by, maybe she's able to hold off Santa Barbara. The problem with the 6 to me, and look, this is Chad Brown and Flavian Pratt at 5-1. So let's grain of salt with everything here because that's a hell of a price on the two of them. I think that both the 1 and the 4 or 2 and the 4 are better. And I think that you have to be able to beat the 2 and then hold off the 4, which I think is a lot to ask. I think it's a lot to ask to get by Mean Mary and then hold off Santa Barbara. I could see her doing one or the other, but I think it's tough to do both.
Magic, what about you? Is anybody else you kind of look at and say, yeah, they could jump up and do something here at a price?
The 5 Naval Laughter, especially at 14-1. This is a horse that won the Modesty last out with mile in the 3/16 race. The fact that she did it over this turf course, Sophie Doyle, Grade 1 winning jockey. Sophie Doyle is going to be in the saddle. I think she's lightly raced. This is only her 4th start of the year and 4th start off the layoff. So I think this is a good position for her here. But I also think that she's nowhere near the class of the 1 and the 4. So if you want to play if you like the 1 over the 4, go 1, 4, and then put the 5 underneath in third. I think that might give you a little bit of a benefit here at 14-1.
Yeah, I like the price of 14-1. And, Samich, my thing with and I agree, I think the 6 is, just because of the connections and why is he sending him here? And, oh, by the way, Brown just won the 6th race and he usually wins every race on this card, these big stakes races. But I'm kind of with you. It's just like, I can't. She was horrible last time out in Diana, and what was the excuse, right?
Yeah, I mean, the excuse was no one else closed except for the winner of that race, Antique. And so, and Antique looked like a monster doing it and was able to do it again on a track that was not necessarily playing toward its style again. So both races, Antique was able to win those races and win them going away. So that, I mean, is the one argument you could say for the 6 is that Lemonista just was against the track and that Antique and Summer Romance were just that good. Second off, as a 4-year-old, it's one of my favorite angles. It's a logical improvement angle. If you go back to the Bogey, where this horse ran 100 buyer, if there's upside from that 100 buyer early in the 4-year-old season, this horse fits if you're looking at buyer numbers. So, there's arguments you could make for the 6. I wouldn't be tempted to make them in this spot unless I'm trying to get really frisky and single it to start out a pick 4 and create some value. Because look, the problem here is that you have domestic spending at the end of this pick 4, and in the third leg of this pick 4, you have a 6-5 shot and with 3 horses scratched in the last leg of the pick 4, and you're staring at 2 even money shots here. So there's really only one way to make money, and that's bet a $10 pick 4 and basically try and hit it cold, something like that. So it really forces your hand on how you want to try and play the sequence. And the other route is, who do you think is more vulnerable, domestic spending or these 2 horses? If I was making that call, I would say these 2 horses are more vulnerable than domestic spending. However, I think Mean Mary and domestic spending are both going to win.
Yeah, I agree with the logic for sure here. We got some dude, he's singing a song. We're walking around the track here. We're on Gulfstream time here at Arlington.
They're singing Luck Be a Lady.
Is that what they're singing? I can't hear it. Okay.
The caption popped up. That's the only reason I know.
All right. Well, I'll get to some comments here as they're walking around. I've kind of been ignoring them. Not on purpose. Just Bill Mott has had a good day. Yes, he definitely has. Dr. Tang chimes in, says the 11 was dominant there. Yes.
Yes, it was.
Good riddance to Arlington Park. Great track facility, including the OTBs last Mike Ditka, but racing is dreadful at Arlington, less than 4 races a year. Yeah, but it hasn't always been that way. It used to be good back when I first started. Ross says, Mean Mary ran a mile in 140 and finished 24.46. SB ran mile in 140, finished 23 and less 6 pounds. Santa Barbara flies home, I think. Okay, let's see what happens here. They're getting ready to load finally. Magic is on a roll. We'll see.
I'm on a roll.
Be luck, right? It's gonna falter at some point. All right, they are getting ready to load, or they are loading, I should say. Santa Barbara's in. One more left. Remember, all pink Santa Claus. So there is not an 8 in this race, even though you're going to see 5 of them in your head here in a second.
My daughter would love this race.
Yeah,
That's true.
Roots for the pink horse every race. She's got the winner here.
All right. The 6, Lanista is – oh, gosh. The 2 just broke out of the gate. Mean Mary.
All right. Now I don't like the 2 as much.
Oh, boy. So a great job. I will say this. A great job by the starters the assistant starters to grab that horse and not let her run off. I think, Mike, that might save you here because I don't know that she got a lot, of energy out. But what are you thinking here? Are you really worried?
Yeah, no. Anytime a horse breaks through the gate, I hate it. Right? Because it takes some force to get through there. So her nose had to bang up against that thing pretty good. So anytime a horse hits the gate, and this one that you didn't have enough time to really try and change your bets if you wanted to, unless you're just straight canceling. Anytime they hit the gate, I'm never happy about it.
Yeah, I mean, they're off now, and she's right where she's, supposed to be.
Yeah, she's good enough. She wins from here. And this is exactly what. It's interesting. I think that Santa Barbara's a little closer than I expected to the pace. I thought
smart ride.
Yeah, but I think pocketing up is a good idea.
So let's see what happens here. Let's see the first fraction, 24.57. I mean, they're not flying, that's for sure. And you're right. If Mean Mary's the best horse, she can win from this spot for sure.
She's not getting any pressure either. This is one of those she's just galloping along. So it'll be interesting to see if they put this up in 49 or 50, which is what I'm guessing that they're hoping for. Mean Mary's hoping for. It'll be interesting to see if Santa Barbara is able to make a big time move here.
This is going to be interesting. 49.34. The 5 is up there, but you said, not really a bother to Mean Mary at this point, even though she is within about.
She's starting to creep a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's probably just now seeing that horse. She probably hasn't seen that horse the whole time.
I think
now we get the forest. Yeah. Someone needs to cut those trees down. This is ridiculous. We have so many damn trees in the back.
Mike, after today, don't worry about it. You never have to worry again.
That's true.
We'll just wait.
He's tipping her out.
They emerged from the trees unchanged. Here we go.
Here comes Santa Barbara.
Wait for the 5.
Come on, Santa Barbara.
Now
Come on, Santa Barbara.
The 4.
Come on, Santa Barbara. Get up there, girl.
Neither's been asked yet.
Get up there, girl. Get up there. Come on.
Here's showdown we want.
Got it. She's got it, boys. She's got it. Boom.
She's up by a half. She's up by 1. She's up by 2.
She's gone.
Goodbye. That is a freak of a horse. I love it.
Yeah, she's very good. Woo.
Well,
she is very good.
To be completely fair, it's set up kind of how you wanted, Mike, and I don't think Mean Mary ran a bad race here.
No, but I thought Mean Mary and Lemonista actually both ran decently well there. She wasn't as good as Santa Barbara.
That was really impressive.
I'm not sure how much Santa Barbara got asked there either.
We've got some people very happy. Told you Santa Barbara flies. Yes, she did. And boom, from Ireland. Hey, good job. Thank you, by the way, for tuning in. Really appreciate it. And congratulations.
Dude.
And you've got one nice filly with that.
Never touched her.
Never hit her. Never touched her.
Never touched her.
I'm going to tell you, that was these turf horses and the Mr. D, and I know it's domestic spending, and I know I get fired up on these live streams. They've got their work cut out for them because that was a great fit. That was a great performance. I don't know if we'll see a better one today. We'll see. Maybe we will. But wow,
she was good.
Think that she almost got beat in the Belmont Oaks. Imagine if she would have, how we just would have just think that was the worst ride maybe we've ever seen,
That trip was so awful. She didn't get out until like the 16th pole and then just flew when she did.
That was today. There was no problems today. I'm telling you, she looked like a Hulk in that post parade.
They're doing the wrestling introductions over on the Naira feed.
Oh, we got to go over to the Naira feed.
I love this stuff. I love this stuff so much.
Okay, wrestling introductions. I do too. I do. So IRAD has come out. We're going to go right to Naira after this anyway. So, yep. I love some jockeys are into it, and some jockeys are like Jose Ortiz and just walk out and don't even smile. So.
Well, that's actually his personality. I don't know if you've ever met Jose Ortiz, but he's a great rider. He's a very
stone cold.
Yes,
awkward. Yeah.
Hey, just tell us how you really feel. Come on.
He's gonna try and wire this field.
I love that they did the posters, the animation, like comic style. I love what they're doing here. Look at how much fun the kids are having. All the old people hate this. Look how much fun the kids are having.
The funny thing though, these animations come from the NFL games, right? That they did last year, where it was always they had the animated players whenever they scored a touchdown, and everyone made fun of it because it was terrible last year. And but yet for some reason, someone in production meeting was like, we should continue to do this and do it in horse racing next.
Did you notice? They had IRAD come out, he's signing posters. Jose comes out signing posters. Manny Franco comes out signing posters. Junior Alvarado comes out. He just walks right past all of them.
He threw a low 5 out there.
But nobody had it was just like everybody's lined up for posters, and he just walks right by. Dude just won the Saratoga Special on a long shot. Nobody wants an autograph?
See, I'm on the camp of this is cool just because we're having this conversation. And they've got posters, these animated posters. They're signing them. I mean, it's cool.
Did Flo just walk by a little girl in a dress and deny her the autograph?
Yes,
he did. Yes, he did.
We can start French. The rumor Flo's an asshole.
Flo's French. He doesn't understand.
My boy Ricardo, he's signing. My boy Ricardo's signing. He's happy. Look, there's a little girl. He just signed for the little girl. Come on.
Was the little girl holding a different jockey's?
Oh, there he is. That's my favorite jockey, the bell curve. Come on, Joel.
I want to see somebody holding out a poster of a bell, like an actual bell on there for him to sign. Sign this one, Joel.
Got to get a bell curve T-shirt. That should be the Magic Mike Show T-shirt.
Ride the bell curve.
Yeah.
That's great. All right. Let's see.
Did they misdraw the number and the silks on Joel Rosario there?
So 426. That was the official order, by the way. If you guys still cared about the Beverly D, let's go to Saratoga, guys. We've got 9 minutes. I think it's a complex race. We could probably take the full 9 minutes talking about it. Man, this field. I don't know about you guys. It took me a while to settle on somebody here. Samich. I know your love for Casa Creed here. Did you put him on top? Where'd you go here?
No, I kind of chalked out here. I put Raging Bull on top. With the way that this turf course is played, specifically favoring the inside here, and the fact that I think Raging Bull's going to get an amazing trip and be able to just kind of tilt and roll, and it's probably your best horse in the field. And I think is running the best that he's run in his entire career right now. I felt like the one Raging Bull was the place to end up. I hate the 65 price, but I do think that Raging Bull is probably the best horse in here.
Yeah, by the way, Linda says, hi from UK. Santa Barbara, not the best from the UK. I would agree, not the best, but the best that we're probably going to see over here. I don't know if they're going to bring over another one better than that one. We'll see, though, maybe. All right, Magic, here's the deal. Let me interject real quick. I agree that Raging Bull is the most likely winner in the race, but betting this horse at even money, I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. Magic, what did you think of this one? Where'd you go on top?
I mean, he was my top pick, but I went 4 deep here, and a big reason is the price, and you can't really trust this horse. I will say, he's run impressively off of Lasix. IRAD Ortiz Jr. has been on board for his last 2 starts, both without Lasix. Arguably 2 of the better efforts that he's had in his career, especially that Maker's Mark Mile at Keeneland. He is definitely a horse that I think this is a good favorite. This is a horse that if you're playing multis, you've got to use this one. You just got to kind of swallow whatever price they give you. But if you're looking for value especially for single race, I almost put your pick, Aaron, on top, the 5 set piece. And at 9-2, off a 5-2 morning line. This is a horse that's won 3 straight. I talked about in the Magic Mike show how he screwed me at Churchill Downs, and Mike says I screwed myself because I thought something like a Hot Brown was going to wire that, and he should have. And I don't know how the hell Set Piece caught him in that race with that kind of a trip, but he did. So for him to close into a very temperate pace without pressure on something like a Hot Brown tells me this horse has got a ton of ability. He's 2 for 2 at a mile on U.S. turf, which I think is pretty impressive going into this race as well. So we'll see what he does. We saw Florent Giroux denying little girls, so we'll see if he denies all the bettors out there at 9-2.
I've got a class concern around Set Piece. That's my biggest reason. I think this is a massive step up in class, going from facing a horse like Some Like It Hot Brown, going a mile and a 16th, cutting back to a mile here. Last time he ran in a mile, beat Snapper Sinclair and Gray's Fable, right? Not exactly the horses that you're facing here. This is a much tougher field with horses like Raging Bull and Casa Creed and Blowout, who I think is a good horse, although I wouldn't bet at 9-2. All of those horses I think are better than what he has faced so far.
Yeah, so this was a perfectly timed comment, by the way, because Magic brings up Set Piece right as that comment comes in. So thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Samich, 100% with you. That's my one worry. I'm not quite sure on that as far as the class, because this horse is stepping up, hasn't beaten anybody kind of like this yet. But I did go with him on top. I just felt like there's more to this horse than even what we've seen so far. I was with Magic. I thought that was a super impressive effort. And I will say this. I think Some Like It Hot Brown, if entered in this race, would be at least you would have to say he's a factor in here. He's 6-1-ish. So if he could beat Some Like It Hot Brown, just needs a little more, and I think he can get the job done. So I definitely think Set Piece at 9-2 is worth a long look here. All right, I got to bring it up, Mike, because I loved what you and Magic did on the Magic Mike show in this race when this horse got brought up. How about number 6, Magic? I'm going to kick it to you. Number 6, Got Stormy, is 8-1. Are you still high on her, number 1, and are you happy with the price, number 2?
Not so happy with the price. I thought 10-1 on her morning line was better, but that almost 3 for 3. She's 2 for 3. She was second in this race last year, but definitely is a horse that loves Saratoga, has shown it. She's got 9 of her 11 career wins going at this distance on turf. She is good. The reason I want to use her is because Mark Casse has said for over a year that at this age, at this stage of her career, firm turf, the firmer the better for her to do 2 turns. When it's softer, he'll sprint her. And if you look, Aaron, you brought this up on Blinkers Off. If you look last year when they cut her back to sprinting, soft, good. When it's firm, he's entering a mile. And then the Jaipur last out, 6 furlongs, probably too short, good turf. Okay, so now we're getting firm turf. And Casse, up until this morning, was waiting to see if he was going to scratch her or not because he wanted to see what that turf condition was like. So the fact that he kept her in here tells me he's confident that the course is going to be to her liking. Tyler Gaffalione would have told him if he didn't think it was good. So I think for an underneath, if you want a price special, I think this is not a terrible one to use.
Let's keep on the subject of price. I'll kick it to you, Samich. First, let me put up a couple of comments. Vinny from Mill Dynasty says crazy odds on field pass, and Dennis agrees. And then Block Party says I'm going to give a chance to Field Pass, $25 to win. Field Pass is 25-1. Another agree the 7, 25-1. Samich, are you enticed by that price? Or are you kind of looking at a different long shot? Right here is we're 3 minutes away.
I mean, 25-1 is wild on Field Pass. I will say that. Anything with Mike Maker on this turf course right now who fits at all, and this horse definitely does fit in some level into this race, is absolutely wild. The kind of crazy price play I played was the 2-horse Whisper Not, which is, I'm going to not lie, is a little bit kooky here, but when I'm trying to beat horses who I think are better than them, I want a pace advantage, and I think the 2-horse Whisper Not has that here. I realize that Blowout has shown pace a bunch of times. Joel Rosario's on Blowout. I wouldn't be shocked if Joel Rosario ends up rating this horse. If you see the 2-horse in the lead and the 8-horse sitting on the back flank and Rosario thinking he can run him down in the stretch. And that is just, we've seen it happen too many times with Joel Rosario doing that on the turf. I like the inside speed here. The 2 is clearly your inside speed. If the 2 can get to the turn first, I think the 2 at 24-1 actually has a shot at taking this field wire to wire or gate to wire. It's going to be dicey. I have the horse included in my pick 4. I wouldn't I do think it might be a decent underneath play too. If you like the one and you want to throw, let's say the one with the 2-5 underneath in a try, I think that'd be kind of spicy, or the 2-4-5 to try and get a little bit of a price on, because I think you have to include someone like the 7 Field Pass or the 2 Whisper Not if you want to balloon the payouts, if you do like that one horse.
So Ross says 6-1-5-4 superfecta. That'd be all right if that came in. That would be okay. Casa Creed, let's kick to you, Samich, because I know you love Casa Creed. He's now 6-1. That's the right price, right? I mean, you're getting what you want, correct?
Yeah, and it's Bill Mott's world, and we're living in it right now. So why not take all 3 of these races, right? No, look, they passed up a lighter spot last week to run in this spot this week. Casa Creed's run very well over this course. I think his running is the best. Is running the best he ever has in his life. Ran 3rd in this race last year. Obviously got Stormy beat him last year, but I think you have a difference in where the direction those 2 horses are heading right now. So to me, the most likely upsetter is Casa Creed, who should be pretty close to this tepid pace and get first run. I think it's going to be up to Got Stormy to try and run down Casa Creed. I'm sorry. I think it's going to be up to who's the one? It's Raging Bull to run down Casa Creed.
I'll say this. I think if you like the 1, you're getting too short of a price. I think if you like the 8, you're getting too short of a price. I think 92 is a bit short. 2 through 7, if you like any of those horses, and you guys can agree or disagree with this, I think you're getting the price you want. I mean, 25-1 on the 2, that's fine. 21-1 on Daddy's a Legend. Horse isn't terrible. I think that's fair. 6-1 Casa Creed. I mean, 5-1 or 4-1 on Set Piece. 10-1 now on Got Stormy, and 22-1 on Field Pass. If you like any of those, don't hesitate. I think you're getting every bit of what you want. Let's talk about, they're getting ready. Just quickly, let's talk about the pace setup here, because I do think the 8 blowout is going to get on the lead. How quick do you think they're going to go here, Samich?
Man, I'd be surprised if they go under 23-3.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to fly. Rosario just doesn't want the lead. and if he doesn't burn out there, it's going to be awfully interesting, because it's going to set up where the 2 Horse Whisper Not is going to go. There's no choice but the 2 to go. And I think the 2 will end up getting to go 23-3, maybe 47. And then we'll see what happens on the way home.
If the 2 gets 47.5, we'll see. That's going to be interesting. Magic, what do you think? The reason I asked is blowout. Every race is right there. Can she kind of do it again? Do you think she can kind of get that trip that she needs?
Yes, I'm like 51% yes. Mike Samich brought up a fantastic point on our show as to why he wasn't using her. It's Joel Rosario on board. Do you really trust he's going to do that? It's a risky proposition. If it was Flavien Prat, pretty much just about any other jockey, you'd say, yeah, this horse is going to go to the front, try and take him gate to wire. With Rosario, after what he kept doing to Venetian Harbor last year, I can't ever again trust that he's going to know what to do on a speed horse.
I kind of asked Jared, what if Flavien Prat was on? Would it make a difference for blowout? And I think he meant he's not there, so it doesn't matter. That's what he thought he meant. He was choosing another horse over 1. And I meant exactly what you just said. If Pratt was aboard, I would have 100% confidence of the trip that the 8's going to get. Going to get ahead. Here, it's. I think Magic said it best. 51-49. We'll see. All right,
we got the 1 and 4 live in the Salma bombs for the pick 5.
Yeah, thank you for telling us that. Yeah, I meant to ask you that. All right, here we go.
May or may not be single to the 1 in the pick 6.
All right, they're off, and
send the 2.
They did not send the 2. Now they are. Blowouts in front. Now the 2's coming up the hedge here. Got cut off.
Take it away. Oh, come on.
You cut him straight off. Good job by Rosario.
Yeah. Damn you, Joel. Now you do it.
Listen, that's the trip right there. So.
Yep. And that's how blowout's going to be tough to beat, right? You want to be on the hedge on this inner turf right now. They got to go 23-2, so a little bit faster than what we originally were thinking. But it's going to be all about how fast the second quarter is and whether or not Raging Bull takes to it. Because if Raging Bull gets this trip, which is a very good trip for Raging Bull right now, and pace to run into, he's going to be tough.
Yeah. There's really nobody getting a bad trip at this point. Blowout it's 46.69. I don't think she can hold off from there.
No, I think she needed to just go and try and hold him off.
Yeah, I'll be shocked, but we'll see. Your 2 is ranging up here, Samich. 1 and 4 are moving. Big
Hey,
time.
look who's in third moving up under a tight hold. Who's in third moving up under a tight hold?
Stormy's right there.
Come on, girl. Get up there, girl.
Florent Giroux just went 100 wide. That's good. Stupid ass picking him. All right. So got Stormy. Got Stormy.
Come on, girl. Come on, girl. Go. Go.
He's gonna win.
Come on. Hold off the 5. Hold off the 5. Come on.
She's got it.
He's gone.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh.
Oh,
Yes.
that sucks. Oh, Raging Bull, that was such a shit performance.
Yes.
Raging Bull, awful is even money favorite.
Oh.
Florent Giroux needs to be shot. Terrible ride on the 5. And the 6 got Stormy. Sits the perfect trip behind the speed. Explodes in the lane and wins this one easy. I think Casa Creed up for third. Got Stormy. Wow.
Man.
Magic.
Shout out to Jared, too. He's not on the live stream, but this was his top pick on Blinkers Off. So shout out to him.
By the way, you got 12-1.
Yes, we fucking did.
6-5-4 as they cross the wire. That is a fantastic effort. Wow.
Magic Mike, my ticket on Magic Mike show is still alive, and I had a 10-1 and a 12-1 in the middle legs there.
Yeah,
So
I think
Magic-
it's man.
What are you alive to in the last?
Not nearly enough. I'm alive to 7-10.
2 horses.
Well, I missed last week when I was alive to all. Can I have that back? Is it too late
We
to
are
change my
gonna have
ticket?
Some nervous moment for Magic in about 25 minutes from now. Trying to give away back-to-back pick 4s on the Magic Mike Show at Saratoga. And you're right. This one is probably going to pay more than last week because that just knocked a lot of people out.
God, that felt good.
That was amazing. Yeah, Ross, very good. You had the 6, you had the 5, you had the 4. Raging Bull just didn't show up, so that sucked for you. But still, very good picks. 3 out of the top 4 there. That was solid. Magic on a roll right now. He's the Magic Mike King at the moment.
I can't believe set piece. Can we talk about set piece again? Now that the dust is settled. My God, that was a terrible trip.
Do you want me to start?
Yes.
So it's debatable if he wins anyway, because I mean, he would have taken a gigantic performance to beat Got Stormy here, but you can't go 27 wide on the turf course here. You just can't and win. I mean, I thought set piece had a very, very, very good performance. I would not take anything away from him, but you can't go that wide. You just can't, especially when the horse you're trying to chase got a great ride and a great trip. Tyler Gaffleone, fantastic. Tomich, thoughts?
I think that the 1 horse absolutely screwed like 4 horses in this race. So Raging Bull accelerated a little bit early on the turn, and Raging Bull swung the 4 like 6 wide, and I think that swung the 5 even further out wide. But yeah, like you said, this turf course you cannot go be in that spot. You have no chance of closing if you're going that wide on that final turn.
And there's a couple people. Let's see. Dennis says, set piece had
Dennis
the
is
trip.
mad.
That piece of shit Raging Bull. Hattie wins that race. I can't wait to see that because they definitely, there 4 or 5 of them got fanned out. It felt like Jared, he's chiming in. He's happy. Magic, keep refreshing those will pays. Yeah, good luck, Magic.
I am.
7-10. Magic, I don't like that you're too deep, but
I don't either. I feel like Slim whenever he's at the track, where I need to find somebody just sit there in the corner under the bleachers, just doing this till the race is over.
Good old 30-minute sweat going now.
There's not enough alcohol in this glass.
Man, oh man. Blowout gets 4th, by the way. Good race for Blowout, I think. Females finish 1st and 4th. That's also very impressive. It got Stormy, 2-time winner of this race, and finished 2nd another time. This race is named after the Sultan of Saratoga, 4-star Dave. He was just a beast up here. The female version of that might be Got Stormy, right? I mean, this horse just runs fantastic at Saratoga. Got Stormy. Wow, that was really, really exciting.
That was something. That was something.
Let's see.
Mike, I'll wait till Monday to bring up all the hate that you had for Got Stormy on our show on Thursday.
All right, I want to watch this trip again. So far, it's like 7 wide. It wasn't that bad. The one just tilted out.
A lot of people around that winner's circle clapping, taking photos. That's a cool thing about Saratoga. When a big horse wins like this, the people definitely know and respect it, and that's going to be okay. Here's the wheel pays. They're out. Let me fast forward.
Well, Magic just won a Grade 1 race.
Well, that's true. You also own the horse, right, Magic? 99% of it?
Yeah, Millie and I are both Grade 1. Well, she already was a multiple Grade 1 winner, but now I can join Millie as a...
Magic's got a $5,000 and $6,200 sweat. Oh, let's do it.
Magic.
I don't want to play.
This is going to be big time.
Should Magic call the race, the last race in Saratoga?
Listen, this live stream went from being, it's okay, it's fun, to the last race at Saratoga, which is the only non-stakes race we're going to talk about, being the funnest thing we maybe ever done on the show. So
10 opens. It's Joelle, too. The bell curve is out there for you.
Oh, my goodness. The content that we have live here is unbelievable. All right, I'm gonna make a banner here. Magic's Saratoga.
No, it's too much pressure.
Pick for Will Pays. And you have the 7.
Here, I'll read them for you.
Okay.
7's $4,969.50.
Okay.
And the 10 is $6,223.50.
Oh boy, 6,000. Sorry, say it again.
$6,223.50.
50 cents. We're going to. My mouse just died. Okay, so we'll get that just momentarily. Once I charge my mouse for a second, we'll we'll get that up there. We'll kind of scroll it across there. Man, $27 win. By the way, for Got Stormy. Wow, trifecta 246.50. That's fantastic.
Something.
He's got the 4-star Dave blanket on. Oh, by the way, Breeders' Cup winning you're in for the Turf Mile. So there goes Got Stormy back to that. She looks like she's smiling. She's so happy. She's giving that cameraman the side eye. I love it. Magic. Now let's kick it to you. How nervous are you now? Did you see the Will Pays?
I don't want to do this anymore. Listen, this is it's almost one of those things that for me personally, winning that amount of money in horse race, any gambling, is like it's unfathomable. I can't even think about that. So there's the part of me that's like I can't believe this is like potential, and then there's most of me that's just like, this isn't real. Like you should have hit the all button here. You're an idiot because now look at what's going to happen to you.
How much was the ticket?
Shoot, I want to say 40.
Just go on our banners. Yeah, it's $40.
$40 ticket, yeah.
So a $40 ticket alive to 5,000 or 6,000, basically, give or take on either side. Well, the good news is you can hedge if you need to here.
No, this
That's
is
what you call leverage.
Again.
He has it at the moment.
Sometimes I do leverage. I'm not going to.
Really? Okay.
Because the difference in the amount of tickets, like the ticket cost versus what it's actually going to pay out, is so astronomical that like it just doesn't. Again, it's not computing up here.
Well, that's a good way to be when you're getting ready to have a huge score here.
We're slim. I need slim right now. Where's slim at?
People are very excited. Yeah, $40.
I see that. Thank you. My God, thanks, Vicky.
Yeah, it couldn't happen. Well, listen, it hasn't happened yet, Vicky.
I know.
We're a 10-horse field, and he's got 2 of them. So
you're saying there's a chance.
So let's do this. There's a lot of people talking about hedging. How far are we away from Arlington over there? 8 minutes from the Mr. D. Do you want to talk about the Mr. D and then talk about hedging, or do you want to hedge first and then talk Mr. D? I'm sorry. No, it's not the Mr. D. It's a Bruce D. That's next. Okay. I'm race ahead. Let's talk about hedging then. Who cares about the Bruce D? A lot of people are asking, Samich, I'm going to kick to you and let Magic think about it a second. What would you do in this situation?
I don't think you can hedge.
Okay.
Because, look, there's when you have 2/10 of the field and you're going to bet X amount of money essentially to win, the only reason to hedge if you're guaranteeing a profit, right? The dumbest thing you can do is to hedge 5 of these 8 horses that you don't have, right? Because then if one of the other 3 wins, and this is horse racing, they could, if one of the other 3 wins, you not only lose your $40 and your shot at $5,000, you also lose like the $800 you bet to hedge. So unless you're going to go ahead and bet every other horse to win, it doesn't make a ton of sense to hedge for me. I've heard some people say, well, you can play like hedge superfectas with certain horses on top. Again, you're just chasing bad money after good money, right? Like you here on your opinion, you might as well just kind of trying to go and hope your opinion's right in the last year and hope it's a life-changing score. Now, if Magic was 8 deep in this race and he didn't have 2 horses covered, hedge the thing, right? Then it's a really easy hedge. You bet 2 horses to win, done and done, bet $300 on each of them, and you're guaranteeing yourself a profit. You've bet $700, and you're guaranteeing at least a couple grand back, right? But in this scenario, there's no way you can guarantee yourself a profit, and all you're doing is cutting into your profit long term by hedging this many horses.
Yeah, I kind of agree with what you said. Magic, we've given you time to think. Now, put your thinking cap on now. What are you thinking here? What are you going to do?
No, I mean, I'm really not going to hedge. Mike said it explained it a lot more eloquently than I could. For me, I think, I don't know if I could really say it better than Mike, honestly. If I was alive to 8 and it's just like these 2 little holes that I need to plug, but trying to cover with 8 horses and trying to figure out if, because these are the 2, I thought that these 2 were the best ones in here, the most likely winners. So to try and figure out with 8, I have to do Slim style when he's at the track, right? You're trying to figure out if I bet 20 to win on this, it's going to pay out this. If to make that amount of money on this horse, now I need to bet 10 and you bet 7 on this. It gets really complicated with this many horses. So at this point, this has been a $40 ride. So if it comes out great, then awesome, fantastic. Colson doesn't have to eat dog food for the next couple of weeks, but otherwise, it's been fun. It's just fun to do this stuff, and it's exciting to be this nervous, I guess. If that makes sense.
Oh man, yeah.
What would you do, Aaron?
I'm doing the math in my head. I wouldn't do it either. I'd let it ride.
It kind of reminds me of, I was thinking, whenever I think about hedging now, I think about back to the 2018 Breeders' Cup at Churchill. Jared was alive in the pick 4 too. He was singled to McKinsey, right, in the Classic. And he was trying to figure out, we spent like 10, 15 minutes. It was you, me, Kelby, some of his friends, all trying to give him advice. And Jared eventually went like, look, there's only one horse I think is actually going to beat him. It's Accelerate. I'll put money on Accelerate. And he ends up getting the win money on Accelerate. I'm not feeling that way with this many horses. The Classic that year was easier to handicap than this race right now.
Well, that's the problem. If you're going to hedge on a like Samich, you said hedge on 4 or 5, or maybe you just want to hedge on 1 or 2. Where you go? I mean, this race is wide open. The tote board is fairly balanced. I think we're just gonna have to sweat this one out, Magic. So I don't think any way you should have went all in this race, or like you said, one year we were alive. It was Arkansas Derby Day, and we were alive to 8 out of the 10 horses in the Arkansas Derby for payouts between 2 and 6 or 7,000. And one of the horses was Danza, who was 40 to 1. And we didn't hedge, and Danza won the race. In that situation, it's easy. There were 2 horses you weren't live to. One was 40 to 1. The other one, I think, was maybe Commissioner, who was 12 to 1. You just bet those horses to win a little bit there, and you're happy no matter what. This situation, there's just not a whole lot you can do other than just hope you get it home, right?
Yeah, and that's the key. Like having 40 to 1 and 12 to 1 horses make it even easier to hedge because you're betting small amounts of money to hedge there too, right? When you have a board like this where you have, a 3 to 1 favorite, but then it's 9 to 2, 5 to 1, 8 to 1, 10 to 1, 16 to 1, it's tough because you have to bet a significant amount to be able to hedge all of them, right? Because if you spent $100 to win on each one, you're hedging $800 there. Well, you win $100 on a 5 to 1 shot, you only get 500 bet. You just lost money on your hedge and you lost your bet. So it's like it takes some more math to figure out what the right number is there, but you're going to end up spending $2,000 to break even. Like it's going to take close to that much in this instance. So it's just not a place where it's possible to do it profitably.
Yeah. So the 12-year-old kid is singing again at Arlington Park, and that's.
I love the ambulance going by slowly behind him, and now the tractor stopped right behind him. This is really great, real great cinematography. Way to send him out on a high note, Arlington.
So Mark, we can't hear the kid singing, but he's got to be good. He's been singing after every race, so I think if he was bad, they would take him off. But no, he's there. He's singing. He looks like Macaulay Culkin when he was that age, you know.
It's got a little Macaulay Culkin in him. Yep.
So every time I see him, Macaulay Culkin. They resurrected like 12-year-old Macaulay Culkin. He's out there. All right, it's 2 minutes opposed to the Bruce D. We'll get into this one real quick here. This is probably one of the worst grade ones I've ever seen, but it's still a grade one nonetheless. Samich, kind of tell us where you're leaning in this one.
Oh man, you just put me on the spot here. The Bruce D. Look, I like the 6. Paint me by the most. 3-2. Never mind. I don't like the 6 anymore. I'll go to the outside. Like okay, so the 6 was my top pick, but like looking at the price, I have no interest at 3-2. I was much more interested at 3-1. I thought that the horse specifically made sense in this spot because we're getting third off or third start of the career. It's an aggressive spot. That race with Johnny and Smile Brian wasn't that bad at Saratoga. So it kind of just fit to me. You're also getting Saez up. With the prices the way they are, I'll take the shot with a 9, like a salt shaker on the outside. Larry Velli entered 2 in this race. He's a local trainer. This is a third off the layoff. Peace and Justice is a son of Warfront, so I like the breeding here in this spot as well. I think we should get a good trip. Note that the one time this horse was at Belmont, lost to Step Dancer. It's a pretty good horse in the New York bred circuit, and had Jose Ortiz up. So I feel like this horse has respect in that sense. And now we're getting a barn upgrade since then. Was in the Adam Rice barn back then, 15% trainer. We moved over to Larry Velli, who's 36. So I'll take the 9 at 6-1 here.
Magic, I know you're really worried about this race right now. So give us your thoughts on this one.
So when we were doing the picking for the ill-fated cross-country pick 5 ticket, the one that I gave was the Ride of a Lifetime, looking price-wise. You guys talked about on Blinkers Off really well that Tango at 2-1 on the morning line, 3-1 here. He broke his maiden in the American Derby. So how do we know if that was really that good of a race because he was able to break his maiden in it? I don't know. The Ride of a Lifetime at least has that Timeform US pace rating of a 125 for the early side and breaking from the rail. I feel like this horse has only got one shot to win, which is to try and go gate to wire in his turf debut. There's a lot of question marks about this horse. The other ones, the question marks are based off of class or ability. This one, it's like, does he handle the turf? If he handles the turf with that early speed, he's the only one with anything close to that Timeform early pace rating. So I think if you want a 6-1 and you don't want the outside horse, go all the way to the inside.
Man, this kid at Arlington, he absolutely he is killing it. He was he had like the pose going on and everything to end that song. Man, he's the star of today. He's over you even, Magic. No, I'm just kidding. All right.
Well, I haven't done anything yet.
Yeah. Well, that's true.
Give me one more race to Saratoga.
Love like us. All right. It's 0 minutes to post. We're walking around. Now the color is green. All green saddle cloths. So all number 5s here in this race. It was pretty easy last time out because we only had 5 horses. This time will be a little bit more of a challenge. Nobody likes the morning line favorite, I guess. Tango. Why? I like that horse. Dennis says he's jumping off the Churchill Downs roof if the 2 wins this race. So we don't want that to happen.
Churchill's closed.
Well, I think Dennis works security at Churchill, so he's probably around, making sure. Probably nobody climbs up to the roof, and that's why Dennis is going to do that. The 2, I kind of like the 2, Dennis. I don't know. I mean, one last time out, and that's more than you can say for about anybody in the field. 3-1 off the 2-1 morning line. Jack Sisterson, that's Magic's boy, but you like him at a price usually, right, Magic? You don't like him as the favorite.
Yeah, usually as a price. Lexitonian at 2-1, 3-1, no thank you. Lexitonian at 34-1, sure, yeah, let's do that.
Update on the Singer. My Way, he did My Way 2 different versions. Is that what you're saying, Mark? I mean, this kid's incredible.
But which way is his way then?
This kid is incredible. We got to find out who this is before the day's over.
I appreciated that joke, Mike. I appreciate it.
Yeah, well, I tried.
It was
Chicago because I'm a dad now.
They always put the kids out there. Every time you went to a game at Wrigley Field, there was always a kid singing the national anthem. Every time you went to a Blackhawks game when they were playing the Blues or losing to the Blues, it was always the kids singing the national anthem. Like, they loved rolling the kids out there for singing, man, in Chicago. It was a thing.
They do. Confirm that he did do it 2 different ways. Maybe before the the Mr. D. I hate these stupid ass names. By the way. Fuck you, Arlington Park. All right, back to this.
We're not even to the one we're going to be the most mad about yet.
Maybe he'll do it his way before the Mr. D.
You think you get the blinkers off theme song 2 ways by that kid if you pony up enough money?
I know somebody can call. Not a kid. Everybody is laughing at the kid and Arlington, and it's all over after today anyway for Arlington, pretty much. I mean, they'll have a couple more months, but nobody will watch it. All right, they're loading into the gate for the Bruce D. Old big Brucey D. Here we go. They're loading in. Sisterson Source is in. That's Tango, Tango, Tango. That's the jump off the roof horse for Dennis. Everybody keep an eye on that one. Dennis, grab a pole somewhere. Don't let go. Let's see. This race is bad. Saez. I think
I ended up 6-2-9 in this spot without looking at the odds. Now I kind of like the 2 and the 9 more because of the price, but I wouldn't be shocked if the 6 romps here.
Wouldn't either. I told Jared, he picked the 6 horse. I said, you ever think you'd pick a horse coming off a 4th and an allowance, and now he's in a grade 1, and you're going to pick him to win? And his only other race was a maiden victory. So,
yeah, but I mean, you look at the 4th and the allowance. It was against both those races were they were both against older, and now you're facing 3-year-olds for the first time. I mean, there's some angles you can take to get to the 6 in that sense.
Vicky, did the 10 do something bad at Saratoga? Let us know on that. All right, here we go. They're off. What if the 10 for Magic flips in the panic? That'd be bad. Let's not talk about that. All right. Who's out in front there? Let's see.
It's the 9. Try and buy him again.
9 was quarter horsed out. That jockey wanted that lead.
That jockey is E.T. Baird, and he's out there for Larry Ravelli, who's won 3 million races at Arlington on the lead. So that's interesting.
Ravelli's got the 8 too, right? He's got last and first here.
Yep.
Thank you, Vicky. The 10's behaving perfectly at Saratoga, Magic.
Good.
All right, up the back.
I'm trying to watch Arlington right now. Not think about Saratoga.
Tango, Tango, Tango. Right in a good spot, and now we're in the trees. Now we're out of them. Let's see. He looks like he's about to. No, not yet. The 9.
Could the 5's jockey's butt be any higher? I'm just wondering. That thing was like 6 feet higher than his head.
The 4's kind of ranging up a little bit. There's really nothing happening.
2 looks good, Aaron. 2 looks real nice. Did you notice the odds fell down to 9-5?
Yeah.
Where'd 3-1 go?
Saez is sitting the rail trip. He's about to spin 3 wide too.
Yep, the 6 looks good. The 2 looks good.
The purple cap right there coming off the turn there?
Yep.
That horse was low. Ooh, who's got side of him?
6 is
the
just
4.
5. Ooh, okay, good. I was going to say 5 and 6 almost, if they had bumped a little harder, that might have opened up for the 4, but nope, 6 got it.
6
is gone. 6-2.
Gone. 6-2-4.
They knew.
They did know. Yeah, really, really good effort there with the 6. Point me by, and let's see. Hold on, Dennis. All right, he used the 6. He's okay. All right, good to know. Did Magic freeze? Magic looks like he's frozen. Oh boy.
Yeah, Magic's frozen. That's not a normal Magic post. You don't get that one on Magic very often. Just kick him out of the screen.
Magic's gone.
He just pulled the plug. He's like, I don't want to sit here for the last 10 minutes. We have to worry about this.
The 6 saved a life at Arlington today. That is the best comment yet, Ross. I love that. No, it's not a tough beat for Dennis. He had the 6. He's okay. So, yeah, live at pick 4. Okay, Dennis is okay. He's alive. Thanks for chiming in. Yeah, 7 minutes to post now. Magic is officially gone. We'll see if he comes back. He better.
Yeah, I would hope he would. They'll be pretty disappointed if he doesn't come back.
What? That would be awful. I would have to dress up as him and act like I'm him. Just we gotta have him.
Get the headset going.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I'd have to go run and get one real quick. So much. Okay. Last race at Saratoga. Everybody knows Magic has a 7 and the 10. Who did you like here in this one?
I ended up with the 4, the 7, and the 9 as my top picks in this spot. Let's pull out the sheet so I can get you the exact numbers here. I had the 7 on top, which is good for Magic or bad for Magic, depending on how you want to look at it. And then I had the 4 in second place. I thought this race was pretty wide open. But when you kind of dive into it, there's a couple horses in here that I didn't want a part of. That were kind of a shorter price. But when you look at a horse like the 7 horse who is getting third off the layoff here, they tried to get this horse on turf last time out and ran a 79 buyer coming off the turf. But if you look back, and I thought this was kind of wild, horses run 16 times in its career, only touched the turf once. That one time it touched the turf was at Saratoga going 5.5. And in that race, the horse ran a 79 buyer, closed well. They then tried to get the horse back on Saratoga's turf. The race gets rained off, and they immediately stretch the horse out again at Churchill. Don't try the turf at Churchill. Don't try the turf at Aqueduct. Come back and try the turf again here at Saratoga in the 5-year-old season last time. Gets washed off, and now they're getting it back on the turf here at Saratoga. They must know this horse likes the Saratoga turf. There's no other logical explanation why in 16 races, you only tried the turf 3 times, and all 3 are at the same place. And the one time you got on the turf was probably the horse's best race in his career. So for me, the 7, there's a lot to like about that one effort. I would expect a big time improvement here, third off the layoff and getting back to turf. So I thought the 7 was a pretty nice price, nice shot, had a pretty nice shot to win here. And right now we're sitting at 5-1 on the board too, which I think is a solid price.
I think this horse isn't getting bet real hard because of the connections. You know, those are not connections that really get bet. So you see 5-1 and you think, oh boy, that's not great. But as far as, the horse getting bet, but for those connections, not getting bet too poorly there. You didn't mention, did you not like the 10 at all?
No, so I had the 1 and the 10 as my next 2 horses in, if I was going to use 2 more horses in this spot. The 10, I don't love the post. Look, it's a horse sold for $200,000, West Point Thoroughbreds, Christophe Clement, Joel Rosario, turf sprinting, all of that lines up. Like, I get why you would use this horse. I just didn't love the 10 hole. I thought that, the first race that this horse was able to win was against, was a state bred maiden special weight, then goes to open company, gets trounced. Getting back to state bred here, adding Lasix. So, I mean, there's enough reasons to like the horse here. I think we need to kind of take another step forward, and a pretty significant one, to compete with this field. And I don't want to take 3-1 as the favorite and having a horse have to take that step forward.
Yeah, I think that's the big thing. The connections are right, but this outside post is going to be tough, and you got Rosario, so we'll see what happens here. Update on Magic: he did text me; he's having internet issues. So
sure he is.
This freaking guy! I tell you what, he's alive to these big numbers, and he can't get on the feed. So,
another one I thought was interesting was the 9 horse. So we're talking about expensive Sons of Ghost Zapper, right to the inside. This one sold for $250,000. Was in that same race that came off the turf. But if you go back to the previous races, faced Open Company down in a $75,000 stakes race at Gulfstream Park. Came back, faced Open Company there. Now we're getting back into. We're getting to state bred here. Like, his faced Sainthood in back class, faced Field Day. Like, there's some pretty good back class that this horse kind of came out of too. So I think the 9 horse is interesting at 8-1 as well. Where did you end up in here?
I had the 10 on top. I also liked the 7 that you were talking about. I'll give you one that I think is kind of interesting at a little bit of a price. What about number 6, Halpert? I love the name, number 1. That's
good office call out.
This morning, actually, and a little bit in the afternoon. Second off the layoff, and I love when Irad Ortiz rides for Engelhardt up here. So I thought it was 2 positive signs. I do think this is a step up here, but if he improves a little bit second off the layoff, he's got a little bit of a shot in what is a pretty weak race at 10-1. Also, the 2 Neuro. I kind of like this horse a little bit too, coming off a win over the track last time out. I know Castellano hasn't been riding all that well up there, but he's riding a little better this week, and he got a win on this horse last time out. Those are the other 2 that I like besides the ones that you've mentioned so far. 10 is the top pick, though, for me. So kind of like what you said. I don't know if that's good or bad for Magic, but that's it. And then 7 I had in second. So I did like the same 2 that he liked to kind of end this thing out. But I'm surprised he went too deep here. I will say that in hindsight.
Well, he had to go 5 deep to get to the 11, and he had to go $40 to get to the 6, right? So if that forces you to kind of shorten up somewhere on a $40 ticket, you're not going to be able to go as deep as you necessarily want in each spot. And it's a good thing he went that deep to get the 11. The 6 was his top pick. I mean, he could have gotten to he could have gotten to her pretty easily, but the 11 he had to spread out a little bit for. Yeah, this race is wide open, man. Like I see the case for the 2. The 1 horse Giamonti was the third horse who finished third in that race. Giamonti didn't come back to run well earlier today. So we'll see what that means for Neuro. The 4 horse Dr. Blute I thought was a little bit interesting. Faced some of the same horses that the 2 horse was facing and kind of ran well. We'll see if that horse can run well back on the turf here. Not this time, one of those sires that I really love. There's just a lot of ways you can go in this. I mean, the 1 horse who breaks its maiden and then comes back and runs in non-winners and shows a ton of speed and just quits could be dangerous as well. I mean, there's quite a few directions you could end up here.
So, yeah, there definitely is. Magic, just real quick, you're back. I'm happy. Why the 10? Block Party says low numbers, come up long layoff. I don't like the 10 at all. I like 247. Why? I like the 10. Why did you like the 10? Real quick.
Sorry, let me pull my PPs up here. That was real. I was able to pull up the race feed on my phone and watch with data, but oh my God, I couldn't believe the luck on that to tune out. Why the 10? Christophe Clement, 23% with a $2 ROI in turf sprints. First time Lasix's horse was the favorite on debut for Christophe Clement in a turf sprint at Belmont. All those things tell me this horse has got potential. Joel Rosario is riding. This is a Ghost Zapper colt who cost $200,000. And Clement is 21% with a $2 ROI off the long layoff. Plus that work 2 back, 48 flat, 4 furlongs on the training track at Belmont Park. Tells me this horse has got the ability. We'll see if he gets it done.
You might be right, you might be wrong, but at least that was a very good, detailed explanation. Other than
I learned from Caleb.
I like the 10. Why? I like him. So
three of the 4 people on the Saratoga live feed have the 10 here. A lot of weight on that 10's back right now.
Boy.
Oh boy, I'm back. I don't like the 10 anymore either. Sorry, I'm with Block Party.
Did Maggie like the only one I care about? If Maggie likes a horse, then I feel really confident. If Andy Serling or the Big A likes a horse, I'm with Dennis on the roof at Arlington.
Well, you're on the roof and you're really confident all at the same time.
Oh jeez. Okay. Let's see if Maggie's positivity can cancel out the other 2.
Maggie, Kitchen, and Serling.
Whoa, who's that? Oh, that's the 8. Okay. Big old gray horse.
Man, this is going to be awesome. I'm nervous.
It's going to be fun. Oh, well, Manny in the last. Come on, the 7's Manny in the last.
It is. That is a big part. Oh, it's a mile. Damn it, I thought this was a turf sprint. This is the mile. Okay. No, wait, that was a Saratoga, the 4-star.
This is 5.5 on the turf. You wild.
Sorry, I was on the wrong page on my PPs there.
All right.
So this will be over quickly. That's like a Band-Aid. Just get it done with.
Good luck, Magic.
Yeah. Thank you. It's been fun. If I don't survive this, it's been fun. I think I owe Dan Tordman some money if the 7 wins.
All right, they're off, Magic.
Got out clean.
Yep.
Rosario sending the 10.
Oh, come on now.
Great spot for the 10, right off the pace.
Perfect spot, yep. 7's not in a bad spot either.
Nope.
Come on, Rosario, get this horse home.
I don't think, if the 10 wins, I don't think we could ever make fun of him again on Magic Mike's show.
Well, this would be so bell curve of him, though.
That's true.
To be great and be terrible all at the same time. But he hasn't been bad.
7's under a ride, so it's not the 7.
Come on, Rosario.
10's getting swallowed up. Come on. Come on, bell curve. One time, bell curve. He ain't hitting him.
Come on, Rosario. Get him home.
He ain't hitting him. Come on, Rosario. Get him up there, Rosario.
Get
him up there.
Get by.
Come on. Get that stubborn. Oh. No, come on. Get him by Rosario. Oh, God damn it. 9 got it. Oh, man.
Are they going to look at that?
There was a bump.
There was definitely a bump. God damn. Oh.
9 was my, you know what's ironic? 9 was my 3rd horse in the race. I just didn't think, because I thought he was a need the lead type and I wasn't confident he was going to get it, but he got it.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh, he comes out on him.
I'm watching the track feed, so you might have a different view.
I mean, we're praying, but...
So you had the 9, Samish. Didn't you use the 9 on your ticket?
Yep, I would have hit the pick 4, the pick 5, and the pick 6 if the one of the 4 got home in the last.
Gulfstream Park turf sprint form holding up.
He was running against some good horses then, though.
This was a great allowance field. At Del Mar, this is a grade 2. If this is the Green Flash next weekend, this is easily a grade 2 race.
No, he came over a little bit.
Who's on the 9? Kinsell? Man, nice job from Kinsell.
Get the head on.
There's still no inquiry though.
10 kind of came over too.
From watching it live, I thought it was. I thought this was a McKinsey Boldoro thing where you let them play and just keep it as is.
They kind of came into each other, but the bump was pretty soft.
7's last. That was great. Good effort, 7.
I think the 10, and I think you said it too, Samich. I kind of think the 10 came in.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I don't know if you can hear it. Colson's crying because he found out the 9 won. Back to dog food, buddy. I'm sorry. Back to dog food. He's not happy about it.
The shitty thing is, I thought you had it. Like
that 9 dug in. That was a nice effort from the 9. That was a really nice effort there.
Oh yeah.
To dig in like that, fight him off.
And you can't really blame Rosario there. I mean, he did.
Yep. Did everything he could.
Yeah.
The odds on that horse floated up. It was 9-2 on the morning line and 7-1 to close it out. This thing's gonna. What did the 9 pay in the will pays? I didn't look.
Ooh, so the pick 4 is going to pay $4,800. The pick 5
is actually lower than the 7.
Yep. Pick 5 is going to return $22,000, and the pick 6 returns $73,000.
Holy shit! $73,000.
Michael Myers live at Arlington. He says he's going to take a picture of the monster and send it to us.
Sweet.
Is that Glenn County? Oh. All right. So we got.
I see. I just started looking at the chat. Thanks everybody for the well wishes. This was a fun ride. I appreciate it. This was fun. Would have been more fun, but this was fun.
I don't think they do.
No, I don't think that. I wish they did, but I don't think they will. I don't think they need to.
Well, Magic.
Hell of a run.
Hell of a run.
Yeah.
Good way to chew up the last, hour and a half here?
What's the point? Like, sometimes the horse racing is about the sweat. It's obviously you want to win money, but it's you just got to keep putting yourself in these opportunities, and eventually one of them clicks home, and it's a big number, right? I mean, if you give that one pick 4 home, then it pays for the next, in this case, 110 of them, right?
Well, we'll be talking about this for months. We're going to be dining out on this conversation for months on our shows. So this was fantastic. Great content.
Oh, listen, I get on these shows now for the commenters. That's the only reason. I love everybody. All y'all watching this, just make it so damn funny.
That's true.
Every show. It's a live show. It's the Rockets. The Rockets. It's hard to make funny, but you guys do it. So we really appreciate it. I'm going to take that off there for you, Magic. Yeah. So the 9 wins, pay $1,780. The 10 second, and the 4 and third. So we were kind of all over it as far as the horses we talked about with a shot there. Turn the page, buddy. It was a hell of a run and a really good job to get to that point. So
yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
I got $1,200 back for my pick 6 ticket that went 5 out of 6.
Well, that's good.
I mean, it's better than not, but like Raging Bull, come on. Oh well.
Well, now I'm going to steal a line that you used for Magic when he was talking about what horse were we talking about? We said he screwed himself. You screwed yourself with Raging Bull.
You know, I would think that, except I never would have used Got Stormy, so I don't really care. Like if I had singled someone else, I would have singled Casa Creed, who ran third and ran well, but and there was no other. I would have had to hit the all button to get to Got Stormy in that race, and I could not have afforded to hit the all button without singling somewhere else. And I never would have. I mean, I hit the single on the 2 to start the thing off, and that was lucky enough. So,
yeah. All
right, so we got 22 minutes here to the feature.
Yeah, everybody's sad. Magic's frozen now, frozen in time.
Oh, that's a good run though. On a $40 ticket, that's a hell of a run.
Hell of a run. But you're right. Let's turn the page. Just you and I again. Magic, like I said, frozen in time at the moment. 21 minutes now, like you said, till the future. The good old Mr. D stays at Arlington Park. What an embarrassing thing. But anyway, yeah, we've got the best horse in this country, domestic spending, running in this race. He's challenged by Armory. Listen, we haven't even talked about this race, you and I, even privately. Kind of break down, like when you handicap this one, what you saw.
Well, I saw probably the best turf horse in America right now in domestic spending. Look, then I see this 1-5 price, and it absolutely makes me hate this horse, right? That's frustrating because I was on domestic spending at 6-1 on Derby Day. I was on domestic spending at $1.50 on Belmont Day, and I think domestic spending really is the best horse probably in training in America right now. Here's the thing: there's only one other horse in here that really you got to talk about right out of the gate, and that's Armory, who's coming over from Europe, the 9 horse. Who you look at the race 2 back, ran against both Love and Adoria, whatever. And she's a Breeders' Cup winner. Love, obviously, we know Love is absolutely special. So you also have Magical and Goliath in the back class. I mean, this horse, Armory, has been running against the best horses Europe has to offer. Hasn't been winning, but has been running very well. And we've seen what, the top tier horses in Europe come over here and do to the U.S. horses over the turf. So you kind of have to look at the 9 in that sense. And if I'm staring down 1-5 and 3-1, I'd much rather have the 3-1 on the 9 horse than the 1-5 on domestic spending. If I'm simply betting the race to win, I guess there's a couple of other ways you can go if you want to get absolutely kooky, but I thought it was pretty tough to get outside of those 2 for the top spot.
Yeah, that's the problem with it. Now, I will say this. If you came into this and you want to try to beat domestic spending, you got to be happy that Aidan O'Brien brings over a horse that's capable. I don't think this is, well, that'd be really stupid to say this. It's so obvious. This is not his best, obviously.
No.
It's a measuring stick, though, right? I mean, that's how I kind of looked at it. I kind of looked this up. I think O'Brien's sending this horse over, and let's test out domestic spending. Let's see just how good he is. And with Armory, you get a horse that, 3 back won, and then 2 back, like you said, got 3rd in a race that we thought was pretty good, but maybe it's not that great. Last time out, he was 4th in another kind of a tough race. Was right there. He's usually right there with a shot, turning for home and down the lane. I'm with you though. I hate the 1-5 on domestic spending, but if I'm going to try to beat domestic spending, I want something better than 3-1 on Armory, or any horse that I'm going to try to use. And the rest of them, like I said, there's just no intrigue there. I guess, what about the 5 Zulu Alpha? This horse won the Pegasus World Cup Turf. Once upon a time, this horse was pretty good. 2nd off the layoff. Luis Saez is winning all these races. Mike Maker, obviously hot. 8-1, does that intrigue you at all?
I mean, I would rather take the 35-1 on the 2 horse, to be honest, if I'm taking a Maker. Which is obviously a little bit crazy of a price, but my problem with Zulu Alpha is I don't think Zulu Alpha, even when Zulu Alpha won the Pegasus Turf Invitational, was that good, right? I mean, beat Magic Wand, who a lot of different horses beat, and beat Instilled Regard, who ran 2nd and 3rd of that race. We were there that day. Zulu Alpha's a good horse, very good horse, but not like that elite level horse that I think domestic spending very well could be, and that Armory may be as well. And so I think we kind of know the best for Zulu Alpha here is finishing 3rd. And so if I'm trying to bet someone to win that's a crazy price, I would rather take the upside on the 2 horse, who's currently sitting on the board at 35-1. That's the other Maker horse here, who is a 4-year-old later in the season, a Kitten's Joy horse for 3 Diamonds Farms, who just seems to be improving every start in the last couple, and would need to take a massive step forward to be competitive here. But I'd rather take a monster price and just an absolute wild stab than a horse that I think I know is 3rd best.
Yeah, I agree. That's kind of on the same lines. Give me a big price if I'm going to try to go against the 1-5 favorite. Liam, I'm going to call you the UK correspondent because you were spot on with Santa Barbara. You were really excited and hyping that horse up. Liam says, I watched Armory run live at York where he lost to a Class 3 horse. If domestic spending is the best in America and he loses to Armory, then North American racing is a joke.
Yeah, our turf racing is significantly worse. So let's just start out there, right? Like, and I think you mentioned this on, I think it was Blinkers Off. This really is a measuring stick. It's what level of horse do I need to bring over to beat domestic spending on the Breeders' Cup or in the Breeders' Cup, right? I think that's what you're seeing here. And it's hey, we'll send over kind of the B- team, and we'll see if that's good enough. And if the B- team is good enough, then maybe we don't need to send anyone else over. But if the B- team loses by a length and a half, it gives you a pretty idea that the B+ or A- team is probably going to be able to beat domestic spending. And I think that's a lot of the reason why you see Armory in this race.
I totally agree. I've said it for a few days. I think I even wrote it in the article that, hey, I just feel like this is just the measuring stick horse here. And I think Armory does provide that. He's not terrible, and he runs consistent. He shows up with a consistent effort at least. I've got a few more questions here. Your take on an ice cold try, domestic spending in the top spot. I would go domestic spending probably. I'd go 3, 8, and 9 for mine. How about you?
See, I would. Well, let's look at it this way real quick.
Okay.
The exactas. 3-9 pays $3. So if you're playing an ice cold try, don't play the 3-9 because right there you're killing yourself. The 3-8 pays $13. The 3-5 exacta ice cold actually pays $6, which is wild to me. So I'm definitely not using the 5 in anything that I do from an ice cold perspective if the exactas are paying that short. So I think domestic spending is the best horse. I would put the 3 on top. I would go like 3-2-8. 3-8-2, something like that. That just really, I'd want a big time price in there. The other thing you could do is you could, like, especially if we have our international correspondent chiming in here, that the Armory is just not that good. Leaving Armory out is the way to do this because I think very few people are going to do that in the try. So yeah, maybe let's go with 3-8-2 try cold or 3-2-8 try cold, depending which one you like more.
3-8-7 would also be kind of interesting as well. Space Traveler, that horse might get forget third. But yeah, I mean, if you want to go against the 9 completely, I think I'm with you on the 2. I think that 2 makes sense. I think the 8 makes a lot of sense. I think that horse is going to hit the board. So yeah, I would try to key it around the 3 and the 8 there. And then Block Party, I think we maybe answered your question with the 8. I think he's logical to be around, don't you? At the end, around is in hitting the number for sure here.
Yeah, I had the only must use is the 3. I had the only next up is the 9, and then I put the 2, 7, 8 as the next 3 horses that I thought were the logical horses to use. So the other thing you could do in this, you play a $5 super and go 3 with 2, 7, 8. And with 2, 7, 8 with 2, 7, 8, $5 super costs you $30. If that hits, that will pay. Yeah, because you're going to have 2 horses that are 30+ to 1 and a 14 to 1 underneath, and like that sometimes is as a sneaky way to be able to make a couple bucks as well.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to look at it as well. And I think at what we're talking about here, play a big denomination and in very little combinations. That's the only way you can make money here. So I think you're on the right track for sure, Vicky. Which is not surprising. You usually are with your bets that we've seen. You do a very good job. Now, Liam, our international correspondent, asked a question. I'm sure maybe his book right now has domestic spending at 4-6. So would you take domestic spending at 4-6?
If this is Liam, if Armory is not everything like all that in a bag of chips, yeah, domestic spending should roll here. Like if Armory isn't good, domestic spending should be 1-9. I think that's the best way to put it, right?
I'm keeping an eye on domestic spending right now in our pools. He's 2-5. If for some reason he could get up to 3-5, 4-5, I would bet him to win. I think I would take that. If you can lock it in at 4-6, I would do it.
Just to put into perspective, the pick 3s, 50-cent pick 3 to domestic spending pays $5. The 50-cent pick 3 to the 9-horse Armory pays $20. The next lowest one is $82. So it's just like he is a 1-9 in almost all of their 1-5 probably in all of the multi-race pools.
Yeah, I mean it's here's the deal. He's the best turf horse we have by 3 or 4 lengths, I would say. So it's just a matter. If you don't think Armory is that good, like you just said, then he will roll. Because here's the deal: take Armory out of the equation and say your next best horse is Busy Channel. He's probably not in the top 15 of our other turf horses, right? Like, Where does he finish in the Manhattan, which I think probably the race of domestic spending just won? Busy Channel's maybe 10th in the Manhattan.
Yeah. I mean, it's turf racing, but yeah, I would rank. He'd be about 10th on the board. How about that? He'd be the 10th choice.
Right. Yeah. I mean, he's not that good. This is not a good field of American runners. Once you get past that heavy 2-5 favorite, Ross chimes in. He says the 4 likes to run second and the 9 likes to run third. Hence 3, 4, 9 trifecta. Not bad. I could get behind that. And you know what? The 3 likes to run first. So, 11 minutes to post here. One thing I think might get interesting, who gets the lead and can they get out ahead of the other ones, far enough to where they just hold on? Domestic spending is going to pass them, but they can hold on. Who's that horse you think might get on the lead and be tough to pass for the rest of them?
I mean, I would probably say the 1-horse Strong Tide should make the lead.
Yeah.
The horse has shown speed going a mile and an eighth. It's going to be a situation where Felix is going to have to Julio Felix is going to have to send the horse if he wants to lead. But I think that's the only logical thing you can do from the rail. 2 Emmys. It's the other horse that's shown speed. But when you look at the speed that 2 Emmys has shown, it's like a mile and 138. It's a mile or 6 furlongs and 114. Like it's not speed that is. I inherited the lead speed, not I want the lead speed. The other way you could go is Busy Channel, right? Where if Loveberry just goes out and takes the lead, and we saw him do that last race on the 9. So I wouldn't be shocked if it's Busy Channel that's on the lead either. The thing is, there is no clear speed horse here. So that means that you could see a couple horses that end up front. And we don't have that, it's funny. Saez is one that might just try and take the lead here. Leperoux might just try and take the lead here because there isn't a ton of speed in this spot. So it'd be interesting to see who makes it. I just don't see anyone loose enough to be able to win the race.
You might as well get creative if you're a jockey because, other than who's riding domestic spinning there, Flavian Pratt, but the rest of them, it's like you don't have much of a chance anyway. You might as well try to take a shot, do something kind of quirky here. We're post time at the 5th at Del Mar, and we're 10 minutes away from the Mr. D. You guys want to talk Del Mar real quick, or you want to? I mean, it's a maiden claiming event. Magic's saying yes. Magic, kick us off.
Magic has a horse in the race, actually, believe it or not. All right.
Talk us through the 5th race at Del Mar.
Sacred Beauty, do not better. She has not been doing well, the 7 horse. That's what I can tell you for Dan Blacker. It's interesting because this is a maiden claiming race, but you got to pay $150,000 if you want to claim one of these 2-year-old fillies. So you've really got to love one of them in here. Luis Mendez has got the favorite, the 6, who's 5-2 right now, at least according to TVG. Mendez is known for having horses ready to fire fast and furiously when they're 2-year-olds. So that's why you're seeing that horse getting bet. Mike, didn't you like the 2 Weatherly a bit for Peter Urton and Tyler Bays?
I do. I think the 2 is awfully interesting. I mean, if this is one of those, if you're looking at DRF like I do, and you look at the PPs, Urton has 2 in this race. So he's got the horse all the way to the outside, the 10 horse, and you can see that he is 3% first-time starters, 1 for 37. You then go to his 2 horse here, Weatherly. Weatherly, or with second-time starters, he is 26% with a $3.36 ROI. Clearly, much, much, much better second-time start. This is a daughter of Malibu Moon who sold for $90,000. Went to Little Red Feather Racing, who's a pretty shrewd group when you're looking at the different syndicates that are out there. The run line, bump, stumbled start. They went really fast. This horse was a mile back right out of the gate. I think you might see a big-time improvement here from the 2 horse. I like the price at 10-1.
Yeah, I kind of went with your kind of thought process on the 6. I just love the trainer, in these kind of situations, and I expect the 6, like kind of like Magic kind of laid out, shoot to the front and take him gate to wire. Oh, there we go. Is that from Michael Myers?
Domestic spending is officially cited at Arlington Park, according to Michael Myers.
That's a good-looking animal.
God, what an ass.
Their hindquarters, Magic. Their hindquarters.
Got a great ass! Pacino impression.
I also kind of like the 3 horse Baby Steps at 9-1. I'll try and bring this back on track. Hanson put Ellingwood in the saddle. I think they're going to 100% send with this horse. The workout after the last race was 47 out of the gate, 4 of 61. That horse also got bumped and was 5 or 6 wide down the stretch. I mean, I think that the 3 also has an interesting shot here at 9-1. I am not an advocate of playing pick 6 tickets into jackpot pools, which is what Del Mar is doing right now. But if I did, I would start out with prices here. Although I do agree, I have the 6 on top, so I should say that. But I ended up 6-2-3-9 in this spot.
6-2-3-9. Let's see. I was 6-9-10-3. So pretty close.
Close. Well, you just picked the wrong Urton. If you switch the Urtons, we're identical.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Maybe I have inside information on the Urton horses. For some
you don't. So this is a good comment here. The 6 is maybe a turf horse. Yeah, it definitely could be. Luis Mendez, and Magic can go a little more into this. He's kind of on the California side. Luis Mendez is probably the most deadly 2-year-old trainer, including Bob Baffert, in Southern California on those early first-time stars. That is all he does, and then he sends them to other trainers, or they sell the horse, or whatever it is. Magic, you want to go a little more into Luis?
Yeah, so he worked for a guy named John Brocklebank for years, who, as an assistant trainer, Brocklebank was known for having 2-year-olds. But basically, he spends the winter at Salt Lake City, or in the Salt Flats in Utah, training the horses at a higher elevation. And they bring in the 2-year-olds that they pop real strong real early. And then a lot of times, like you said, Mike, they'd sell them off to the net, highest bidder or something like that. He was Dr. Scheibel's trainer. Dr. Scheibel, the last race that he ran as a 2-year-old was for Luis Mendez, and that's when he won a Grade 1 at Del Mar. Turn over to Mark Glatton has been fantastic as a 3-year-old, so you can see that he doesn't just get them pop at 2, sell them off, and they don't do shit. They actually can go on to be really strong horses. And to your point, Mike, you talked about how he's more deadly than Bob Baffert. I will say, especially because Baffert's getting horses that are worth 10 to 20 times what Mendez's horses are at auction. Baffert's getting the best of the best of the best. Mendez is getting $20,000 Daughters of Dominus. Does that get your blood boiling? No, but then you see that he gets the horse to do a 46-2 from the gate in the last work, and you go, the horse is probably pretty fucking fast.
And he's 8 for 32 this year. Of those 32 starts, 32 were 2-year-olds, maybe 31. Like it's right up there.
He's got like one random older claiming horse in the barn, and the rest are 2-year-olds. Here we go.
He's 2 for 6 at Del Mar. I guarantee you all 6 of those are 2-year-olds.
Yeah, and the 6 goes right to the front, which is off that 46-2 gate work would make you think is quite likely there. It's also interesting that he has Jose Valdivia Jr. in this style. Doesn't usually use him that often, so that tells me that Valdivia might have been working this horse too.
He's challenging that horse every step of the way so far.
Which is the Hansen horse that Mike talked about. Yeah.
Ryan.
Sorry. No, it's Ryan Hansen. Sorry.
Gotcha.
That's why I said that. Which, by the way, I usually don't play Hansen horses, but when Emily Ellingwood's on, I go, okay, well, maybe I'll play the horse.
She usually gets the best Hansen horses, which is weird to say, but he wants her to just send them out there and likes the bug.
And he's been doing that since she was a 10-pound bug.
Yep.
6 has got this.
Well, the 6 has put that horse away. Let's see if there's any challengers coming here.
5 looked like 5 doesn't have anything. Okay. 5 for a second looked like the 5 might move, but no.
So you just heard some really good information from Magic there, and boom, there it is. By the way,
also told you the 7 was trash, and she's last.
Trying to tell you that the Urton horse you wanted was the 10. By the way,
you were right, man. The Urton horse I wanted was the 10.
If you were playing a place bet or exactus.
Well,
God, look at the 7. 10 lengths behind everybody comes the 7.
Yeah. really good effort there. I thought Magic really broke down. Exactly why you see this guy show up here and win these races like that. So that was a good job, Magic.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I would flag that 10 too. If I'm going to add the 10 to my stable there, because when you see an Urton horse run like that first time out, to me that's telling you there's something there. So She's Got Away is going to head into my stable. Daughter.
Well, and Mike, you mentioned when you were hyping up the 2-horse Weatherly that second start maidens for Urton are 26% with a 336 ROI. So yeah, definitely the 10 is, you didn't want to play here necessarily. You definitely want the 10 next time out. Definitely want the 10.
The 10 also finishing on the wrong lead. It looks like
I noticed that. Yeah.
What the replay back. So I think next out. Usually Peter Urton is not your first time guy. You want him next out or even the third time. I agree. Stable that horse up, but another really good win for a trainer that just knows how to do it. He's kind of the Wesley Ward of California in a way, although I know Wesley holds on to his, but still same kind of thing, popping with them first out.
So this was $150,000 claiming for maiden juvenile fillies. Do you think any of these 9 horses got claimed out of this race?
Nope.
No.
I don't either, but there was a race at Santa Anita earlier in the year where 2 horses were in for $100,000 tags in a 5-horse field, and 2 of them got claimed. So crazy shit happens.
Magic, are you drinking a rum and Coke?
No, this is actually Chianti red wine. I don't have any beer that's cold, so I'm drinking wine out of a tall Duff beer glass.
Kids drinking Chianti.
Very nice. Very, very nice. You're a very elegant man.
About $4,900 to $6,000 worth of Chianti right here.
Mark, I was just going to say it. The kid is back at Arlington. He's singing again.
Is he really?
He's singing his heart out.
What are we singing here?
Oh, yeah.
This is
Wow.
my kind of town.
There we go.
Wait. Is it
That's
the
pretty
same
good.
song every time that he's singing?
What?
Is it the same song every time?
That was My Kind of Town. Was that what he
Oh,
was
that was
doing?
My Kind of Town.
Rendition of
No,
before?
he did Luck Be a Lady earlier.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
Let's see. Michael Myers said the try here for the million or Mr. D is 3 over 8 over 5, 7, 9. I don't hate that. I don't think that's bad.
3 over 8 over 5. I can get behind that. I mean, yeah, I can get behind that. I should play a big try.
Again, you just keep the combinations low and play the denominations high. That's the key here. And you know, we're not going to lie to you. You're going to have to get a little lucky in those second and third spots for sure. But you need bombs. You know, you need to give yourself that opportunity. This kid is just wailing. I love this guy. We got to find him out. Macaulay Culkin, man, he's having a blast. We're 0 minutes, so this is getting exciting.
All right, I played 3 over 2 over 7, 4.
Okay.
Wow.
3 over 2 over 7, 4. Okay.
Chucking the Zulu Alpha race last time out, the Breezy Channel Zulu Alpha race. See if we can get lucky.
So you played 3 over 2 over 7, 4. So you're saying you do like the 2 better than the 7?
Yes.
Okay.
I think the 2 is sneaky here. Like, I really do.
Yeah, you've mentioned that 2 like 6 times in these last 20 minutes.
Well, it is Maker.
It's Maker. It's Leperoux. It's like this is the type of race he steals every now and then. I don't think it's a long shot that he's going to actually win the freaking race. But you also you go down to the exactas, and the exactas are surprising to me. The 2 is the 4th choice in the exactas with the 3 on top. So he's actually getting some exacta play as well.
Oh boy.
So can I ask you what is a fair price to if you thought domestic spending is going to win this? What is the right price for you guys to want to play him to win in this situation? Aaron, what about you?
I think he's almost there. I would want 3 to 5. He's at 1 to 2 now. If I was on the track or at the track and I had over 3.5 drinks, I would go play him right now at 1 to 2 for sure. Below, I'd wait till 3 to 5. But I think he's right where he needs to be. And I think, listen, I think he should be 1 to 5 in this field. So if you're getting anything kind of above that, I don't really blame you for taking a shot with him. He should beat this field, plain and simple.
Yeah, I mean, for me to bet enough money that it would have to be even money for me, which I'm never getting, which means that I'm looking at exactas, right? And I think if the 3-8 makes a ton of sense. If you want to chuck the 9, the 3-8 exacta makes a ton of sense. It's paying $11. You're essentially getting 11 to 1 that the 8 runs second in this field. Like that
after setting the pace, which it looks like on paper probably will.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say I'm not betting the 3 less than even money. And in that case, I think the 3-8 is the best value exacta there if you like the 8.
I agree. The deal is for me, if so let's say domestic spending wasn't in the race, I probably would have picked the 8 to win. Now the 8 would probably be like 4 to 1 right now or 5 to 1, but I probably would have picked it because I just didn't love Armory's races just that strongly, so I may have picked the 8 busy channels. So if you're getting 11 to 1 and you're thinking, hey, that's not bad, right? This horse can finish second. So I get it. Blue saddle cloths, by the way, all blue this time. So
great. Thanks, guys.
Sending us back with a bang.
Tiny exacta. I did 3 over 2-5 because I think Maker's going to get second in this. I just don't know which one of them.
It's not a bad play.
That might not be a bad try either. 3 over Makers.
3 over 2-5 over 2-5. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see that. Magic. What's the will pay on that exacta? 5,000 or 6,000?
Love it. 3 over 2 is 17. 3 over 5 is 7.
I'm telling you, man, it's wild that the 3-2 is paying 17.
When he's 37 to 1 on the board, yeah.
Yeah. Like, someone bet a lot of money on the 3-2. That's the only way that pays that.
Yeah, that's crazy. Somebody's bet it straight for a ton.
Yep.
3
Maybe
wins by
maker.
8 links. What happens is price of the Breeders' Cup. Probably going to be bet whether he wins by 2 or 8 here. He's probably going to be bet pretty hard. I mean, he's going to be hyped. But listen, European shippers are going to be stronger at the Breeders' Cup than here. So if he does win this one, he's going to face tougher. And hopefully we can do like we did last year with Rushing Fall and get her beat by Adaria. That would be great. I doubt that's going to happen, though, because this horse is not distance limited like Rushing Fall was. I know, low blow, my bad. All right, they're on the turf course and loading, guys. Main event. Here you go. Here's the super. Toss all the favorites. 2250 super.
Only race domestic spending lost was the Hall of Fame, and Decorated Invader won. Isn't that when David Cohen was riding at like 19 to 1 for Chad Brown? Isn't that what happened that day?
I'd have to look that up, and I'm too lazy to.
I could easily just one click and figure it out. Hang on. Nope, Rosario was on Decorated Invader. Never mind.
Oh,
I was trying to think what that Cohen race was when he did that.
Rosario was?
Rosario was on Decorated Invader that day, yeah.
Oh.
All right. Loading in. 1 to go, 2 to go, maybe. Busy Channel's not wanting to load. You don't see a lot of those horses that are gray for that sire.
One thing you can always tell about the Europeans when they come over, because they're not used to having ponies, they stand so still when they're waiting for horses to load. I saw Armory right there. He's watching them like it's a freaking Tuesday morning. He's like, all right.
Yep. Also, he's got the best trainer in the world. That probably doesn't hurt.
Doesn't hurt.
He's switched to the Appleby barn?
Oh.
Shots fired from Magic. All right. Here goes.
I'm salty.
Hey, who is that?
Got Stormy one. You're not allowed to be salty.
Is every horse the 3 horse? I
4-2
can't tell.
Yeah, everyone's a 3 horse. The 4 horse
God
got the
damn
lead.
it.
Yeah,
4-8.
4's on the lead. Busy Channel second, tugging and not letting it go. Domestic Spinning is sitting in 4th. This race is
4 on the lead. Interesting.
over. If he loses from here, I'll be completely shocked.
At what point does Pratt start laughing? Is he laughing yet, or does he wait till he gets about 6 furlongs away?
I think he laughed as soon as I left the gate.
You're going to let me sit 4th comfortably? All right. 26.
That
Yeah,
was
they're not
nice in 4th.
flying. Where's the 2? All right, we need 3-2-4. That's what we're looking for here. 3-2-4.
I'll take
He's in a
3,
good
2, 4.
spot. Aiden Source is second last.
52.
They're crawling.
The 8 is just is tugging so bad on the rail there.
The
I
8's
don't know
going,
why
guys,
he
it's
won't let me go.
26:52. Let's freaking go here. Come on.
Yeah. You know what? Let's try and out sprint domestic spending to the wire. How's that going to go, guys?
It's not going to go well.
116. They went a little faster there. Slightly. 24-1 in that split.
Flavian has not asked the Source to move a muscle yet.
God, those
No, you-
trees. Boy, 8's going to get first run on domestic here.
Yeah.
Pratt's
Who's got
still not
horse on the
panicking.
way?
Pratt's not panicking. I'm panicking more than Pratt is right now.
Brad hasn't done a thing, and now they're in the stretch.
God, look at him go. Come on. Come on. Holy shit. Come on,
Is he not
domestic.
gonna
Gonna
get
catch the Source?
Oh, my
did they
God.
walk him?
Oh my! Is he going to catch this horse?
Did he walk him?
He got him. He got him.
Got him!
Wow. Holy shit. Hugh Robertson.
Oh, wow.
Oof. Oh.
So
Wow.
your buddy Pratt, did he wait too long?
Wow.
Let's see.
What were the final odds on the 4?
27 to 1.
Oof.
That's why I don't take less than even money there.
Yeah.
Man. Who ran
God.
third? Wasn't the 9. The 9 did nothing.
Well, the 9 did not run.
Did the 2 get up? I think the 2 got up for third.
2 got third.
2 got third.
Can
Yep.
we flip the freaking 3 in the
4-3-2-7 on that.
I told you to box it.
Oh, I had 3 with 2 with 4-7. I should have just played that super, huh?
Jesus.
I've followed this closely for it'll be about 10 years now. I don't know that I've ever been more surprised.
This is one of those where you remember all the times Pratt sent early in California when it's a slow pace up front. You're kind of sitting there like, well, and this is second guessing after the fact because I think we all thought he was going to win at the top of the turn.
Yeah.
You kind of wonder if he should have pushed him along a little bit there.
I'll have to rewatch it again, but yeah, I guess it's just a situation where he thought, well, that horse will fade, and I'll just,
run right by.
He was on the wrong lead the whole time. He never changed leads.
He doesn't really change leads though.
He's a wonky horse.
Yeah.
Geld him again. Geld him a second time. Maybe that'll fix it.
Wow, I'm shocked the 4 was able to run there.
I think Jimmy Graham is too. Look at him. He's like, what, did I just do that?
I just cannot believe that just happened.
So Armory doesn't run very well. So how does that stack the Europeans up here? Was this like a complete throwout race because of the result?
Well, I mean, I don't think Armory showed up at all. Like he was just, I would just toss him. I don't know what happens with this. To answer your question, I mean, all of a sudden, I don't know. I'm speechless.
Can we just take the 4 down? Can we just take the 4 down?
Yeah, right. I know this race.
2-7-4.
This race definitely muddles a race for the Breeders' Cup that we thought was a cinch. And
I will tell you. Well, no, I wouldn't go that far. I will tell you this much: bet against 2 Emmys next time out. This was the wedding. There will be a funeral. It will be the next race.
Yeah, I mean, this horse beat our best turf horse. Yeah, the horse will probably be like 2-1 next time out and lose. So
They're playing the Game of Thrones theme in the background on the track feed.
Arlington Park, man, they're pulling out all the stops today.
Arlington's like, what are you gonna do? Sue us for copyright infringement? Fucking find us.
man, oh man. Trifecta pays $479.70 for $1.
I don't even want to know what the super pays.
Super pays $3,800.
I had the right 4. It's wrong. Just didn't play. Oh well.
Isn't that sickening? You could have boxed that. I mean,
for $24, yeah. Instead, I'm over here hammering a try straight instead of boxing it for $24. It's funny how that works out in horse racing, right?
Man.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, this is. I think this is really interesting what Michael Myers brings up here. If that 8 goes at all, domestic spending wins for fun, right?
Well, let me go one step further. If the 8 goes and they actually use the speed, could the 8 take him gate to wire here?
Maybe. I mean, it's one of those scenarios we talk about in New York all the time where you have that, like, everyone just defers to the one person on the lead and this happens, right? I didn't think any of these horses were good enough to hold off domestic spending doing that, but and in this case they were. But this is one of those examples where it's like, if one other horse had gone, it creates that pace pressure, and all of a sudden it's not as comfortable of a lead. You have someone breathing down your neck, and then you don't see that same finish.
Yeah. I mean, it's certainly a situation. Pace makes the race. I definitely think the 3 fired with a decent race here. I can't believe the 4. I just can't believe the 4 gets away with 26 opening half. I didn't have that drawn up anywhere. Yeah,
26.52 is kind of kooky.
I mean, the other thing is, it's like. So he goes 26 and whatever, and let's say the 8 goes 25 and is ahead of him. I mean, you can't tell me the 8 doesn't maybe hold him off there. I know what you're saying. It's like, well, if the 8 goes and they pressure and then it sets it up, but they were going so slow. The 8, I think, could have took them gate to wire if that's what they would have chose to do. So,
well, I mean, I think that Michael mentioned the 4 and the 8 dueled last time out. That's why the pace was quicker in that race. And if 2 horses go, you're going to see a much faster pace, right? You're not getting 50. You're getting 50 instead of 52. You're getting, something like that. You're getting maybe 114, 115 at the slowest. And with that pace, then you got to think neither can last. against a quality horse chasing them down. So that's why I mentioned the pace changes it quite a bit there. If one goes, it just creates a situation where that one horse gets so comfortable.
Yep.
Yeah.
That certainly happened. I want to see the replay back to see how, I mean, they were clear. Gosh, were they clear like 8 lengths of the rest of that field? 5 lengths? So
I will give our European correspondent credit here. Armory. No bueno there. That was a good shot.
Not very good. Wow.
Not that it compares to this race at all, but a quick update on High Oak. He is going to target the Champagne, Aaron.
Oh, there you go. Where he'll face Witt. Yeah. Witt versus High Oak. They sold tickets today. Starting today, you could buy tickets to Belmont. Witt versus High Oak.
That'll be a fun one. That's probably your favorite from the East Coast going to the 2-year-old or in the 2-year-old division in the Breeders' Cup.
Yeah, no question about it. That's going to be a fun division. There's still some races left to go there in Saratoga too. We're not done. So that 3 weeks plus a little left. So, man, what a just a stunning way to end the show.
We've had some wild shit happen on these live streams. I mean, it was like the 56-1 shot at Gulfstream. We got domestic spending going down here, man. It's been absolutely crazy.
Like I said, I don't think I've ever been so shocked with who won and with who they beat. So, man, yeah. Well, but hopefully Del Mar pick 6 comes home for you there, Manu. But, man, oh man, I can't believe that. What is this cross country pick 5 going to pay?
It's going to be monstrous, right?
What if it carry? No, it'll pay 4 out of 5, I guess.
Results are in.
Okay.
Cross country pick 5 pays $93,103.
Wow.
Not too shabby.
I wonder how many people hit that.
And that's with Santa Barbara at even money in that sequence.
Yeah.
I mean, not the 2 easy single, but
I still can't believe we got those fractions not on a New York turf race. Like if that was not the 4-star day, but if they have that race at Saratoga or Belmont and you see 26 and 52, you're like, yeah, okay, it's probably Channel Maker out there in like the Man of War or something like that. How the hell did that happen? I still don't understand.
You gotta wonder if it was a better horse, if the thing plays out differently too. Like if that's not, this is Mean Mary because she ran, but that's Mean Mary in front. Pratt probably doesn't let that happen, right? I mean, but because of who it is, he's like, yeah, we can run him down, you know. It'd be interesting.
I mean, again, I need to watch it back. I'm not going to say anything too bad, but we were watching it live, and we were certainly saying, you need to go, you know, so.
Yeah.
And we were like, Pratt's confident. He's not moving. He's got this. Yeah. This wasn't freaking California, Pratt. Come on, buddy.
Yeah. There you go. Last comment before we sign off here. Chad needs a rabbit next time. He always sent one for Sister Charlie, so maybe he'll do that for domestic spending. All right, guys, it's time to leave. We've been here 2 hours. This has been the definition of a roller coaster, right, guys? I mean,
no kidding.
So, thank you, honestly, and
or a bell curve.
Oh, I see what you did there.
This was a bell curve of a show, no doubt. Yeah, Tribuvon, that's the rabbit.
It's a pretty good rabbit.
Thanks, guys. Very funny. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for always coming on here and commenting. Thank you two for coming on. As always, it was a lot of fun. We got a lot of comments. Fairmount Park tonight for the beers. I need a nap. Me too. I'm gonna have some beers and take a nap afterwards. So thanks everybody for joining us. Magic Mike on Monday will be a lot of fun. You two talking about the 4-star Dave.
It's also episode 300, and I've got some special fun for Mike that he doesn't know about yet planned. So tune in.
Yeah, I'm out on Monday.
It's gonna be good time.
It doesn't relate to guts. It's actually fun. Nothing got Stormy related that I've thought of right now. So don't worry.
Yeah, to give you 2 more days to think of it though.
So much I don't believe a word out of his mouth. I'm just gonna say that right now. He's a liar. All right, guys, we're going to sign off here. I know everybody's got to go. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. Check out Magic Mike on Monday. Good luck the rest of the way on Del Mar today. And tomorrow, I'm sure I'm going to be playing again tomorrow. So good luck the rest of the weekend, guys. Thanks for joining us.